Yes, people, what is going on? Welcome to the Top 4 podcast. My
Um,
name is P. I'm an Arsenal FC fan. I'm joined by AD, a Liverpool fan.
Ooh, the packeta. Lucas. I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to do that. Yeah, because I think he's off now, isn't he?
Yeah, so I hear it, man. Breaking news is that Lucas Paquetá will be heading over to Flamengo, which I'm gutted about. I like seeing him in the Premier League play. Do you know what I mean? I'm gutted about that. I'm gutted.
Tidy little player, isn't it?
He was a tiny little player, but if you're gonna get out of West Ham and you want to go back home to Brazil, who could vote you?
Yeah, and then I think like all the betting stuff, and then
It's just too hot.
This is West Ham just packing it in, isn't it? Like one of their best players, the little bits of quality, and they've just binned them off in the middle of the season. I think they're resigned to it now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I think they are indeed. Yeah, I mean, what a crazy weekend of football that we've had on. Like breaking news. Let's kick things off on the breaking news, bro. Like Xabi Alonso has lost his job at Real Madrid already. What are your thoughts? As a Liverpool man, ex-Liverpool player.
I mean, obviously, I think we've probably got one eye on it already. I think it's becoming, by each passing week, it's becoming more and more clear that Arne Slot's probably not got a long-term future at Anfield. I think Xabi Alonso was one of the names that a lot of Liverpool fans like the look of, particularly based off his exploits at Leverkusen. But I can't say I'm shocked. I think he was living a very charmed life, and then losing that final to Barcelona. I think that was just a final nail in his coffin, wasn't it? Like Real Madrid, it's not the type of place where you can you could go into the board and be like, "Oh, give me another year," or 2028, it will be great. I need it today, now. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
I mean, I must admit, I'm shocked. I'm
Okay.
extremely shocked because I know it's not been rosy and Jim over in La Liga with Real Madrid at the moment, right? I understand that they are behind Barcelona in terms of like the league and everything else like that, but I didn't think this soon that this would happen. Madrid had to go through what you would call a not a rebuild, but there's a certain like surgery that they had to kind of go through last season, I felt. And even just the way that they were in the Champions League, it was like, okay, we've got Xabi Alonso in. It's a clean slate, former player, you know what I'm saying, Spaniard as well. They would just give him the time. I just assumed they would. So to see that this has happened, I get it. Losing to Barcelona in the final is not great. But to lose your job, and then on top of that, we've got Arbeloa, another Liverpool man, former Liverpool man, who's at the helm at Real Madrid. I must admit, I'm extremely surprised to see this turn of events. I can't lie. And Arbeloa, we've not spoken about him regarding managerial stuff.
No.
Obviously, a former Liverpool man. Do you have anything on this man? Is there any research you've got, or any feelings about his appointment?
Broski, not a Scooby. I didn't even know he was even in football. I thought he was just in like a nice rural village in Spain somewhere baking off. Can't really say I've got an informed opinion, but I think it just makes you feel, wow, where have the years gone, man? You know what I mean? Like Alonso being replaced by Arbeloa in the dugout at Real Madrid. It's staggering, really, isn't it?
It's extremely crazy. I mean, I was sitting there watching Charlton versus Chelsea and looking at Liam Rossini as the manager of Chelsea. You're looking at, obviously, Man United are without a manager at the minute. We've seen Forest change their manager this season. We've seen Wolves change their manager this season. But then you go over to La Liga and you see that Alonso has been replaced. I think even AC Milan, even replaced their manager this season. So much has gone on. And it's like, I thought it would be a quiet weekend. It's FA Cup weekend. There won't be much to talk about. I know we had some Premier League week, but you just thought compared to other weeks, it will be a quiet one. My goodness, that bombshell of Alonso was crazy.
It's mad to go. I think we were even in two minds whether or not we should do the pod, because as you said, it's FA Cup weekend.
Yeah,
just put your feet up, a bit of annual leave, and then boom, literally bombshell, absolute bombshell.
You said something earlier though that's caught my attention. Where, of course, yeah. By the way, we are live from Anfield, FA Cup third round. Liverpool playing Barnsley, and it's 1-0 to Liverpool. Currently, there, Dominic Szoboszlai with the goal. You said something about Arne Slot. You know, that's that I'm very surprised about. You don't think he's going to be there, for example, next season? Or are you saying he's not the long term? He's just the mid to long term kind of situation right now? Because I thought Arne Slot's probably got a good. He's got some time, but I was hearing ahead of the Arsenal game that had he lost the Arsenal game, his job would be under serious pressure, and that shocks me. That's what I was hearing from the Liverpool camp, but that shocks me.
I think we just have to call it what it is. I think this season's been a categorical failure, unequivocal failure by all accounts. He was backed with a £500 million war chest. He came in last season, won the league, and what he's done now has been piss poor. I think he's been tactically inept. Some of the stuff he said in the media is absolutely bizarre, and I genuinely think a large part of why he's probably still in the job now is based off last season's success, because I don't think the Liverpool hierarchy can really rationalise sacking a manager mid-season when he won the league less than 12 months ago. We're talking about 6-7 months ago now, aren't we? So, but yeah, I think I think long term, I'll probably say his role is untenable. I think he could probably cobble together a bit of form and maybe stay to the end of the season, but I don't see us moving forward with Arne Slot, unfortunately.
If for example we get to like February or even from next month, from this month onwards, let's say February or even March, I'll go even further. Let's say March to May, he has a good run of results. You don't see him keeping his job in the summer. Say Liverpool in the top 4 or even top 3, would he not keep his job?
Potentially, but then bro, there's little bits that are in my head that I'm sure we're in the hierarchies and head as well. You know what? Spoiler alert. Up until our last sort of run of games, guess what, Peter? I genuinely believed we was in this title race. And actually, funnily enough, I actually thought that Arsenal. I thought, well, because bro, so who did we play? It was like Leeds, Wolves, Fulham, Sunderland. It was like if you wanted to pick a December, you could hardly pick it any better than what we had. And I sort of quietly thought, let me just kick to the side and say, you know what? Solid December, get to Arsenal. Arsenal's a 6-pointer. Now all of a sudden we're 4 or 5 points, and he's completely blown it. So him having a good run till the end of the season, I don't necessarily think he'll do much for me, and I think more crucially, I don't necessarily feel he'll do much for him in terms of his long-term aspirations as a Liverpool manager. Unfortunately for him, because he and also Peter, and also just. You play Football Manager in the past, right?
I've got a season with Villarreal right now.
Come on, man, proper guy. But when it's just like it doesn't matter. No matter what I do, I just can't get it going. I'm changing systems. I'm being more conservative. I'm being more offensive. Nothing. Like I'm playing 3 at the back, playing 3 up top. Nothing. And I feel like he kind of feels like he's at that sort of last chance saloon, if it will. It's not a last chance saloon. I think he's just at that place, where it's like nothing I do seems to be working. Yeah, unfortunately.
I know exactly that rut in Football Manager. There's a reason I'm Villarreal right now, mate. There's that rut that you get into where, for love nor money, no matter what the formation change is, no matter what the personnel is, I can't get a run of games together. I just can't do it.
And then if someone will be like Callum Wilson scoring against you, or oh man, yeah. Unfortunately, I've got Arne Slot's in there in real life, I'm afraid.
I'm amazed. I have to admit, I'm surprised about Arne Slot. Let's get your thoughts in the comment section down below, guys. Welcome to the Top 4 podcast. As I've mentioned before, let's get into some comments before we get into the nitty gritty of it all. What's it called? Mirad says, good evening to the greatest footballing podcast to air on a Monday night, where Macclesfield have written a new chapter in the book of Samuel, chapter 17, right after David and Goliath. Absolutely. Big stuff there. Shout out to David. He says, big up the Top 4 podcast. Hope everyone had a good weekend. on the weekend. I got 61 points in the FPL. What did your teams get in the FPL? Do you think it's going to be Egypt versus Nigeria AFCON final? I actually need to keep up to date with that. Actually, I've slept on the AFCON at the minute. When Uganda went out, bro, I was hurting, mate. I was hurting.
Bro, I hear it.
So I literally slept, bro.
Especially when you saw what was a Tanzania in the next stage,
brother. Like Tanzania is the game that we needed to get through. And then, So the semi-finalists are Senegal versus Egypt.
You can't miss a penalty then.
No, you can't. Senegal versus Egypt, and then Nigeria versus Morocco. I would probably say, I don't know. I think Senegal. I'd probably have Senegal.
They're heavyweights. Like genuinely, that Senegal team is really. And I tell you, who's really surprised me as well.
Who?
Ivory Coast. Like I think most European sides would go into a World Cup feeling very, very confident.
Yes.
Yeah, it's such a deep. Talking like he likes of the Diamande, even that Gessen fella over at Villa. I didn't even know he was Ivorian. So
yeah.
They disappointed me a little bit.
I was surprised that Algeria went out. If I'm honest, I know they played Nigeria, but I thought Algeria would be I thought they would be the favorites to win it. I thought they were the heavyweights.
Really?
Personally, I don't know why. I just thought Algeria.
I mean, they won it 2 tournaments ago.
Yeah, and I just
maybe
thought
maybe 3 now. But yeah,
I can't remember what game I saw them in recently. But like they were in a game, and I was just like, man, these lot are monstrous. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're absolute monstrous. So
yeah,
I mean, I think it will probably be. I'm gonna go with them Senegal Nigeria final. But then again, Morocco, the host nation, man, don't sleep on that. They got to the semis. They've done tremendously well.
I like it stacks. Like it's literally, it almost feels like last season's Champions League semis, where it's like there's each one of these teams can conceivably win it. Obviously, you've got the hosts in Morocco, you've got the powerhouse in Nigeria, you've got the powerhouse in Senegal, and then you've probably got sort of Mo Salah, and he actually proved his doubters and the naysayers wrong. Yeah. So it's all to play for, man. It's really, really good.
Egypt is obviously steeped in history, the most AFCON winners. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I remember when I was in school, like every couple, Mohamed Zidane used to go and tear it up. All for Dortmund. You'll get like 4 goals in like 30 games at Dortmund, but at AFCON he comes alive and he's letting it rain.
He comes alive. Yeah. He comes alive for sure. Shout out to Nat, who says, question of the day: rank these players from best touch to worst. Neymar, Mahrez, Hazard. I'm gonna go with Neymar, Mahrez, Hazard. I think that's the order, in my opinion. They've all got great touch, but there is Mahrez. There are some Mahrez touches that I'm just like, oh my god. But Neymar has got a plethora of them. He's got an absolute plethora of first touches.
You see, Mahrez, sometimes it was like his boot was made out of Velcro, bro. Like the way he would just I watched the other day. You know the game where it was kind of like, oh my days, Leicester gonna win this league. You know the Man City goal at the Etihad.
That was the one. That was the one. Because that came after I think they lost to Arsenal. On Valentine's Day. And you thought, okay, Arsenal are going to go ahead and win it. And then they went and did that performance. When he cuts it inside and then, oh my God, that game, Man City got torn a new one in that game.
You're telling me.
I love a Mahrez touch. Don't get it twisted, man. I certainly do.
And then even Hazard in tight spaces as well was unbelievable.
Let's have it right. Hazard's carrying of the ball is something that is so
delightful.
It was absolutely tremendous from him. But yeah, I'd probably go the order that you've put it at, Nate. Is probably the order I'd go in. It's probably the order I'd go in.
I think for me, Neymar's undisputedly number 1 for me of the 3. Hazard and Mahrez is a bit of a toss-up. I think I'm probably slightly different for me. I'll probably go Neymar, Hazard, Mahrez because I just think sometimes just the way Hazard would just sort of kill it dead and then go in a mad dribbles, like wow, incredible.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
No, it's true. Mira says, wonderful ballers, by the way. Murad says Arsenal versus Wigan in the 4th round, Newcastle versus Aston Villa, Chelsea away to Hull City. Happy days. Have you seen the story on this? Have you seen the draw? Liverpool will be at home if they beat
Brighton.
Barnsley at home to Brighton.
Yeah.
Stoke City, Fulham, Oxford United, Sunderland, Southampton, Leicester, Wrexham, Ipswich, Arsenal, Wigan, Hull City, Chelsea, Burton, Albion against West Ham United, Burnley, Mansfield Town.
That.
Yeah, it could be tricky. Norwich City, West Brom, Port Vale, Bristol City, Grimsby Town, Wolves, Aston Villa, Newcastle. Love that. One of them's getting knocked out. That's good. Man City will face either Salford City or Swindon Town. Macclesfield Town will face Brentford. That could be interesting. And Birmingham City will face Leeds. Tell you what, mate. Yeah, we'll take that, mate. 4th round, we'll take that. We'll take that. Home draw. We love that all day long, mate. No doubt about it. We'll get to a bit of the action that took place over the weekend. Senegal and Nigeria would have top 5 attack in Europe, by the way. It's possible.
Yeah,
it's possible.
And then I think with Nigeria, in Nigeria's case, I think they're too stacked up front. It's almost like Johnny Bravo, and I think sometimes some of the previous coaches, they're just trying to shoehorn all the guys up. I've got Osimhen, and I've got Lookman, and then Chikwueze, you know what I mean? And then Iwobi kind of floating around. But definitely. In terms of talent, Osimhen's probably one of the best strikers on the planet. Yeah, definitely like that. I find that a lot of what they could do anyway.
No doubt.
Even like a young Moses Simon, not necessarily the best, but he's rapid.
Mahrez touch versus Chelsea at home 2015-16 for his goal is actually filthy. Is it the one when he kind of brings the boot? It's Mourinho's sacking, wasn't it? That's when Mourinho got sacked. It's the first, I think the touch is with like the inside of his right foot, but it's behind his left foot. It's like one of those kind of cute touches I think he done.
Oh, okay.
It was that was sensational.
I'm to watch it back.
Yeah, you gotta watch it back, that's for sure. AD, look, Liverpool are playing Barnsley at this moment in time, 1-0. What, are you watching the game at the moment? Have you got it on your screen?
Yeah. Got on the screen. So what's the latest? 1-0. I'm great. Supposed to strike. I think we're just camping. I think we're just asserting our dominance, really, and our superiority over them. I think surprisingly, Arne Slot's gone pretty strong here.
Really?
Where he sort of torched the Carabao Cup, and I think that's another thing that's maybe gone slightly against him in terms of his overall appraisal. Where we're doing awful in the league, and he just pissed away a trophy, playing Freddie Woodman in the net. But really, really, really strong. You know, you got Van Dijk, you got Szoboszlai. Macclesfield in there. I think it was Macclesfield actually that got the assist for Szoboszlai. So really strong. For you know what, I don't necessarily think, obviously going from Trent to Frimpong is such a departure, but I mean the guy's doing what he does best, just searing pace, and his deliveries today anyway have been decent. So man, And the young Ngamoa. I think if I'm critiquing, I may have wanted to have seen Naoni start as well, and another young kid that we've got.
Okay.
But Slot's got really, really strong.
Good to see Chiesa on the field as well. I'm happy to see that.
Chiesa
heavily with Juventus at the moment, and I'll be gutted to see him leave the Premier League. I'll be gutted to see that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, gutted in one sense, but then I think happy for the guy as well, because I think he's 28. I think he turns 29 this year, so let him
really.
Bro. It's time.
Time flies, man.
Bro, Rashford's 30 next year.
Can you imagine?
Remember his debut at 17. Tearing it up, you know what I mean?
Was he 16? I thought it was 16 even.
Maybe he might have even been as young as that, So but I feel with Chiesa, hopefully he can just find a home where he can just enjoy the last sort of couple years of his prime and show us the player that was unfortunately we've been robbed of. When we're talking about sort of European great sort of attacking talent wingers, I think he was very much on the trajectory of sort of coming into that class, and then unfortunately ACL done. He's never really looked the same again, has he? Unfortunately,
no, he doesn't. That's a shame. It's an absolute shame. I mean, look, Liverpool come off with this FA Cup game. They come off with a 0-0 draw at the Emirates. What was your thoughts going into that game? It's the top 4 derby, of course. On your birthday, from what I remember. Or was it the day
Day
after your
after.
birthday?
Yeah, day
Happy
after the
birthday,
8th.
by the way. Happy birthday, mate.
Yeah, love, bro.
But yeah, what was your thoughts heading into the game, and then obviously seeing the game, how it panned out, and your thoughts afterwards? Like, where are you at the moment, Liverpool wise?
I think, and it's sad of me to even utter these words, but I think I was sort of pleasantly surprised because I genuinely expected. I just thought we were just going to get blown away. I just thought you were just going to be bigger than us, quicker than us, stronger than us, and I thought you would have ultimately beaten us comfortably. I'll probably say 2-0, comfortable victory. But and I think in the opening sort of 20 minutes, I think it was shaping up that kind of way. We just couldn't get out. And we sort of had a stranglehold in the game, and it felt like it was inevitable. It was only a matter of time until you lot beat us. But I think we grew into the game, and whilst we didn't necessarily offer an awful lot, I think Frimpong was a brilliant outlet all night. Again, his balls didn't necessarily weren't the best, but he was superb. I think. And I think I made a comment about Florian Wirtz. He's slowly but surely, I think he's getting to grips. I'm starting to see little glimpses, little bits here and there where it's like, okay, this. We've got a serious talent on our hands. I still think, me personally, I maybe want to explore what he would like in the left. Well, 2-0, by the way. I'll just have a look and see who scores. I think it's Frimpong. Yeah. But I'd want to like explore Florian Wirtz a little bit and just sort of see, how he would look sort of slightly deeper in terms of sort of controlling the game in the same way sort of David Silva used to. You know what I mean? That's all I can say. That's all I can say in the game, really.
Yeah, man. I think if you're a Liverpool fan, you'd be very, very proud of your team's performance. I think Liverpool, for a team like you said pre-match, you would have thought maybe a 2-0 or maybe a 2-1 Arsenal.
Yeah.
And it could be a thing of Arsenal could have had so much confidence going into that game of trying to suffocate Liverpool. Remember, we had Anfield on the mind in terms of like revenge. Can we get the rub of the green this time and actually, take it to Liverpool? And it's amazing that Liverpool got 4 points against Arsenal this season. Not many teams are going to be able to say that. You know what I mean? And I was extremely disappointed as an Arsenal fan on Thursday night because I couldn't believe just how we weren't effective. You know what I mean? And then Liverpool were half decent, especially in the first half. But then in the second half, I've never seen my team not have the ball in years watching Arsenal at the Emirates. In years, like when I think of two teams that have ever had the ball, and I just said, this is another level. Yeah, this is like Arsenal think they're good on possession. I've met teams. When I saw Guardiola, funny enough, all 3 games were Guardiola teams, ironically. Barcelona at home, when it was under Guardiola. Bayern Munich at home under Guardiola. And Manchester City at home under Guardiola. Those 3 times I've seen my team not have the ball for a good 30 minutes in a row. And I'm there like, what is going on here? What am I watching? Do you know what I mean? It's like, what am I watching here? So
Alexis McAllister, thanks for joining us. Took your time. Bloody hell.
Well, what's up? 3-0?
No. So as in he was good. He was really, really good on the day. Really, really good on the game.
I'm seeing Maccleston and Wirtz just pass it in, trying them 3, and even Gravenberch was getting in a piece of the action.
Gravenberch was good.
I think he was the man of the match in the end. But just watching Liverpool calm the situation down, like you had nothing going forward in terms of every time you on the ball from our corner, I'm looking and I'm not seeing a striker, I'm not seeing a centre forward running anywhere, right? Okay, fine. But we did not capitalize. Like we know Kirkes, for example, hasn't been tremendous this season. And I thought, go ahead, Arsenal, go and hurt him. Didn't lay a glove on him. He had a good performance. It was pretty solid, if anything, right? And maybe that was bad Saka as opposed to good Kirkes. I don't know, which way you want to look at it. But just I'll just what I was probably disappointed with on reflection, because it's not a bad draw at home to Liverpool. Like 6 points still clear the league. It's not the worst result in the world. Liverpool are still Liverpool. That's the Premier League champions. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's still. I know they're not the same Liverpool as last season. We know that, but there's a steelness and DNA in there that still remains, regardless of
And
what.
also, I was going to say, and also to touch on your point as well, I think a champion's instinct and just self-respect and a professional pride kicks in as well. It did.
It certainly did, because Liverpool, I think Liverpool in the big games have not been embarrassing. I wouldn't say.
City aside.
Maybe City aside, yeah, of course, City aside. But it was just so. And I think more so on my reflection of the whole thing, like when I think of the weekend, and I think of Arsenal's performance against Portsmouth, the thing that I was thinking to myself is, rather than making like for like subs, because people were like, because I was sort of like, man, Arteta like change the game a little bit, like come on, like do something different. And I don't mean Madueke for Saka, I don't mean Martinelli for Trossard. What I mean is, Madueke for Zubimendi, for arguments, or for Rice, who had a bad game, throw a spanner in that work, because Liverpool were drilled on what to expect from Arsenal from however many days from Sunday to Thursday. They were drilled on what the tactics would be for this game. They knew exactly how Arsenal played all season long. But if you threw an Eze in there with Erdegaard still on there, if you threw a Madueke in there, if you put on a Jesus with Gyökeres in there, I'm sorry. This is the thing, like, Wenger would do that. Wenger's taking off left backs to throw in, just to throw the kitchen sink and go for it. I've watched games when Arsenal have had Giroud, Welbeck, Alexis Sanchez, Lucas Perez on at the same time. I've seen that before. That's what you call hell for leather. So to see the look, to see the like for like changes, I'm thinking, you know what, Mikel, mix it up a bit, because Saka wasn't great, and so you changing it from Madueke. No, I'm not mad at that, if I'm honest, but it's the same. Like our subs. Everybody knows what our subs are going to be next week. When we go away I think we're away to Forest on the weekend. You all know if Martinelli starts, Trossard will come on. If Saka starts, Madueke will come on. If Jesus starts, Gyökeres will come on, or vice versa.
Yeah.
So let's throw a spanner, man. Make Liverpool think, whoa, because Liverpool I don't think had a shot on target. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, zero. No, so I think Bradley clipped the bar, but Bradley clipped the bar. Red did have a tip to make.
And it was one of those ones where like that was probably the only time someone was going to score, was probably a red herring of defending, or like a free kick like what Szoboszlai was taking.
The second one was close. Yeah.
I'm there thinking, oh come on, boys. I just think we're able to mix it up, and we don't take enough risks to go and win games. And that was my disappointment.
So my thought in hearing what you're saying, and do you think that maybe Arteta's attitude maybe seeped into the players? Because I would have thought the players would have been so up for it. I thought you would have said, right, it is a chance to actually come and sort of cement this league. So with the lack of, dare I say, desperation in these substitutions, where it's almost just like, oh no, look, we're very measured. Look, the league is still in our hands. It would be nice to win this game. We don't necessarily need to. Do you think some of your players approached that game because of the City result, and maybe had City had won, Arsenal, it would have been a lot more hell for leather, the suffocation, let's get it, let's go, let's win.
I don't know if they think of it as a just do not lose type of situation. Like I said, a draw at home to Liverpool is not a bad result. It's really not a bad result, even if it is this year's Liverpool, even if it is this year's Arsenal, even with context in place. Yeah, it's the fact that we are 6 points clear.
Yeah.
Scratch it. Even if we weren't 6 points clear, like let's just argue that we were 3 points behind Man City and we get a draw at home to Liverpool. I'm not that mad about it. I have to admit, I'm not that mad about it, because it's Liverpool. It's Liverpool. You get it. It's Liverpool at home. That can happen to you. That can happen to anybody. It's just when everybody else has eaten from Liverpool, whether it's a draw or defeat, why are we not eating at Anfield? Because we made this argument about Anfield, didn't we? They were there for the taking. Liverpool there for the taking. We didn't take them. But I feel like that's us 101. One of our biggest. Okay. If I had a big strike against Arsenal, is when somebody is deficient, we don't do anything about it. You know, like if we play Chelsea and they have no cuts, I mean, for example, they had 10 men. We didn't do nothing about it. But
Yeah,
if
yeah.
they,
Perfect example.
my point exactly. But
Yeah,
if
yeah.
Chelsea had, I remember, was it Aston Villa didn't have Matty Cash? I can't remember. Or Villa had somebody missing. Anyway,
That's played. Yeah.
in general, like if like Chelsea had no, I mean, look, Liverpool had no striker. Liverpool
Yeah,
had no Mo
for crying
Salah.
out loud.
They had no Mo
Yeah.
Salah. They had no striker. Yeah, and okay, fine. They didn't have any shots on target, but because they had no striker and they had no Mo Salah, you know. And what did we do with that? With that same thing, and also just like I just feel like I was making the point. If Chelsea had no Caicedo, no Enzo Fernandez, and no Cole Palmer, you'd think, wow, Arsenal go eat in that midfield.
Go for
We
the
wouldn't eat.
taking.
We wouldn't
Yeah,
eat.
yeah,
Do you get?
yeah.
That's been my
Is that
only my stick. I would beat them with this
is
year.
that again a mentality thing? Because quality wise, you should be winning those games.
It's very much a thing of and it's the same thing I think Wenger had on a different problem on a different scale, but had the same problem as what Mikel has. Play our game.
Right.
You get, and it's a thing of if I'm Mikel and I'm looking at the Liverpool situation this week, the Thursday, and I know there's no Salah, and I know they've got no centre forward. Yeah, they've got Conor Bradley at right back. They've got Kirkes at left back. I'm going to change my tactics and adapt to battering Liverpool based on their deficiencies.
Yeah.
However, Arsenal have, and it's not to say Mikel can't change, because if there's one thing we can give him since he's been here till now. When you look at like the Ruben Amorim of it all and everything else, one thing we can say is that over the 4 or 5 years, Mikel has adapted and changed his play. He hasn't got one shoe.
Some would say too much, but yeah.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, that's the thing. He does a year review and he changes everything after a year, right?
Yeah.
Whether good or bad remains to be seen. But we never look at it. Like even when Chelsea went down to 10 men, I don't think we changed a damn thing in our play. We didn't change a damn thing. And in fact, Chelsea, who are so used to playing with 10 men, were better.
They
were better.
At this point, they must be used to it. Yeah.
So, in that sense, that's my big gripe about them. And the thing is, this league, there should be no title race this season because Arsenal are that good, because the quality is there, because the depth of squad is there. I'm looking at us at Portsmouth away, and I'm seeing Martinelli with a hat trick. I'm seeing Gabriel playing still. I'm seeing Noni Madueke causing some havoc. Christian Norgard can decide to play at centre half if he wants. Like there's play. Eze starts for the first time in like 4 or 5 games. He's getting on the pitch. So things like that where you just think, look, guys, this shouldn't even be a competition. But Arsenal are making this a competition. And there's my concern. I still think we'll get over the line, but it's the fact that this league shouldn't be won by 2 points. It should be won by 12 points.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the I do hope that maybe, and listen, these guys are cleverer than us, right? Mikel's probably thought of a game plan up until like February 1st and said, look, here's what I want you guys all to do between now. Don't listen to the pundits, don't listen to the critics or the analysis. Take us to January. If we're 3 points clear, if we're 1 point clear in January, happy days. If we're 6 points clear, then it's like, then he turns the gas.
Yeah.
If he turns, because I think what people do seem to forget is Arsenal do change over the course of a season. The Arsenal in August, September, October is not the same Arsenal in December, January, Feb, and it's not the same in March, April, May. We have like 3 personalities over the course of a season. Because do you remember there was a time, the year when we had that funny, funky yellow, luminous highlighter kit, Repug?
Oh yeah.
And at the turn of the year, we started giving.
Well, I can see the Odegaard had more, but yeah.
Yeah. And at the turn of the year, we just started giving teams. We gave Burnley 6. West Ham got 6. Sheffield United
grounds.
We were emptying stadiums. But that was remember that was a season when it was like, Arsenal just not scoring enough goals and not creating enough chances. Then Havertz became the striker, and then it was like all of a sudden we're scoring so many goals. When Mikel, here's one thing I will say though. The Gyökeres of it all. Right. Love Gyökeres, and I hope he does well for the Gunners, and I believe he can, and I believe he will. But I'll tell you something right now. I think Mikel, if I were you, I have no qualifications, but if I were you, Mikel Merino goes up front from this weekend. Because when I look at the 3, like even when I look at Jesus, I look at it's good to see Havertz come back. Havertz, Jesus, Gyökeres. There is none like Merino up front. There's none like him.
Whoa, wait. So what is it about Mourinho? What is he at?
Bro, it's the unpredictability. First of all, go look at the goals he scores. Under
Right.
no circumstances, where did he learn those trades? Is one thing I want to know. Because he was playing in a Rafa Benitez midfield, central midfield at Newcastle. That's a shift and a half. You know it because you've lived it. That is a shift and a half. And then he's gone to he's come from Osasuna before that, right? And then he's gone to Sociedad. He was also at Dortmund. People forget. This guy was playing in the middle of the park. Nowhere. It wasn't attacking. It wasn't defensive. That's what we called a CM. You know, on FIFA, CM. All that means is pass and move. That's all they do is pass and move. And tackle if you're lucky. This guy has got instincts up front of like a Jamie Vardy, of like a friggin' like it's nuts. AD, if you ever get a minute, watch Mourinho's goals last season, this season, and you just say to yourself, "Hang about." This guy was a striker all along. He was a striker all along. His goals that he took, you know, when he first come on against Leicester last season, and there was that rumor about, you know, can he play up front? Can he play? He comes off the bench with 10 minutes to go. He scores twice. I said, what's going on here? No, honestly, in terms of centre forward, guys in the chat, let me know. He's our best centre forward.
Wow.
He's our best centre forward. I'm dead serious, mate. And I put it in the group chat, but I think people didn't pay attention. Maybe they just heard me ranting, but I did it after the Liverpool game. I said, you know what?
Yeah, I don't think I saw that.
Mourinho up front for the rest of the season. It was one of those ones. I think it came at like 1 a.m. So it's one of those after hours.
The one where you're pondering and it just hits you, eureka moment.
I came home, innit? I got home from the game, so obviously it's like 12:30, 1 p.m. 1 a.m. I'm laying down, reflecting, heart rate still at 150. Do you know
what go wrong?
I can't sleep here because my heart rate is at 150 at the minute. So I'm there contemplating. So that's where I'm at with it all. And you know, the Liverpool game, you know, it's annoying. It was frustrating because our performance was bad. Our performance was bad. So it's not like we didn't deserve a draw, really. But I think the game deserved a draw because nobody really offered anything.
Yeah, really. nobody did enough. I don't think either side did enough. No.
Either side did enough. So let's see what else you guys are saying in the comment section. Murad says 6 points clear after having the whole threat of City leapfrogging us after each match day, only to restore normality. Is it wild that they then went on a 3-game drawing sequence and Arsenal managed to extend a precious lead to a safer one, all with major injuries? Continues on to say, now City have the skeleton of a defense and people are claiming that the title is done. Why aren't we talking about City bottle jobbing?
Huh? Come on, no, that's just, the language is too strong.
I'll let you take
City,
that one.
I'm just concerned about that last word, to be honest. I think a lot of what you said is valid, but come on, you can't push it bottled up.
Do you know what? Murad has a point, though. No one is talking about this drought of 3 draws in a row.
Carlos hasn't scored in like 4, I think.
In the crunch of it all, where you know, like, oh, who's playing early, who's playing first, you know. And we're there because City normally are the team that have played first, right? So I don't even know. But the draw with Chelsea, the draw with Brighton, and then what was the final draw? There was one more somewhere. It escapes me. But
I'll remember it.
Murad is on to something here. Bottle jobbing is probably strong only because you know what's funny? Like, you can't bottle it here. Right? Like, you can't bottle it here at this moment, at this time of the year. So, you know, if this happened in March, if this happened in April, it just goes to show in it. Like, if Arsenal went through 3 draws in a row, I mean, for goodness sake, we had a win against Wolves and we won against Wolves and Brighton, and people were asking questions because the performance were not convincing, right?
Imagine that, yeah.
People were talking. We won those games. But yeah, City, I think, because you know what, Murad, there's a part of it where nobody expects City to win this league this year.
True.
And I think that's a big case. I do think everybody expects Arsenal to do it this year. Nobody expects City. So with that in mind, but City have dropped points to teams that they should be beating.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, they were all at home. I'll go look at City's fixtures. I think they drew all their games at home. Or if not, they drew to teams that they should be beating.
Yeah, they should be. I remember that there's a Brighton in there. Yeah, it seems they should be beaten.
Yeah, so City drew 1-1 with Chelsea match week 20. Match week 21, it was Brighton at home. So those are 2 home games in a row. What was the other one? They drew 0-0 away at Sunderland. That was the third one.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
So those 3 in a row. Yeah. And what's their fixture this weekend? Who have they got at home this weekend? Oh, away at Old Trafford at the 12:30 kickoff, Manchester derby, which they seem to bottle that fixture well whenever they're the team that are on top. You know, on the weekend so Man United versus City at 12:30, Arsenal play 5:30 away at Forest.
What do you reckon? Sticky?
It's a banana skin for sure.
Right.
It's a potential banana skin. And what I mean by that is Sean Dyche is going to have 4 rows of 4 in that midfield, like in that defense. He's not going to let us get a sniff at goal. You know what I mean? Like Madueke's got to do one of those outside the box whip and bend top corner. That's what we're going to need. That's what's going to unlock that goal. So, you know, anyway, but yeah. Nat says Marino is slower than Giroud. Don't piss me off. Listen,
you slowed the AOL dial up.
Here's the thing, Nat. Right, I saw balls get whipped into the 6-yard box against Liverpool, and Gyökeres was
nowhere, not on site at all.
I think I saw 2 to 3 drilled corridor of uncertainty balls. And none, and yet, where was Gyökeres? He was the first man, but like away from the 6-yard box. He was nearest to the cross, but away from the box. So if you're gonna whip a ball, you're beating the first player, right? So he wasn't gonna get there anyway. And for me, it's the movement of Marino is something that is underrated, because even when he's a centre forward, you know what? He still plays like a midfielder. And then he plays as a striker when he's up front. Marino striker in Champions League, maybe. In PMP Prem, no thanks. Listen, I wouldn't sleep on it. I promise you guys. Nat AD, do me a favor. Compilation YouTube Mikel Marino goals. I'm telling you, you will be.
That's going to be horrible, though. You sure?
You'll be shocked. No, I'm just talking about.
Fair enough.
It's like me and my wife are currently we're watching this Hell's Kitchen, right? Because Gordon Ramsay is elite, right?
Top man,
top draw. And we're watching the first season, and there's this woman who's like a mother, right? A mother of 6 kids. So she needs this, but number 2. But the thing is, she has no experience in the kitchen, right? Like in the restaurant.
Like
So the fact, but she gets to like the final 4, yeah, chefing it up, because, and the thing is, she's not even like, here's some scallops and friggin' calamari dishes or whatever. She will cook standard like beef tacos, yeah, chicken soup, yeah, and Gordon's there saying this is delicious, because it sounds simple and bland. Everyone's all trying to chef it up Michelin style. She comes through with the home food, the food from home. That's what she's come with, and yet she's progressed so far. I say all of this to say that Marino is the mother of 6 at home chefing week in, week out against Gyökeres and Jesus, who are the Michelin star chefs.
No, Gyökeres is burning the stove, man. Gyökeres is, you know, people say, let me cook. Brother, don't let Gyökeres cook. Don't let him anywhere near the kitchen. Unsupervised.
Don't do that to my boy. Man.
But he's not even in the kitchen. It's all popping off. He's in the front room baking off. You don't even know what's going on.
He's baking off.
Chilling, man. He's watching Hell's Kitchen himself.
I'm just saying, innit? Put Marino
Yeah,
up front.
I do it. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Like, I'm telling you, and Mikel's gonna do it. If Gyökeres is not scoring goals, yeah, and Jesus comes on and it's like, okay, which we're trying, he is gonna revert back to, you know what worked last time? Do you know the ones centre forward wise? What's the last thing that worked for Mikel Arteta centre forward wise? It was Mikel Merino, and I guarantee you guys, if it doesn't work out, right, he's gonna revert back to Merino up front in a crucial part of the season. I'm looking at March, where Marino's playing centre forward 3 of the 4 Premier League games, and he scores 3 goals.
I hear it. But then you know what? All of a sudden now you're pretty stacked up front. You went from having Gyökeres alone for the large bulk of it. Now you've got a bit of Jesus, you've got Marino as you sort of mentioned, and you've also got sort of another guy, sort of Kai Havertz, who, despite all of his flaws, he certainly added a lot for Arsenal. So
yes,
that could be enough to fire you guys to a league. It really should.
No, absolutely. I mean, look, let's move things along, right? Man City, we talked about there, you know, with their run, they scored 10 goals against Exeter in the FA Cup in the weekend, and it normally this would be a nothing story in terms of Man City beating, you know, Exeter City, but they scored 10 goals, bro. Is that allowed in football?
You know, it's crazy. Holland didn't even get one.
You know how crazy that is.
I just think, out of professional respect, 7 is astronomical. I think you should just cap it at 7. Personally,
because a 4-0 defeat is a beating.
It's heavy.
It's heavy defeat that.
Even 3. I still remember Forest at Anfield. It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, man. I think you just have to show mercy after a certain point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen us hold 3 back in the day, man, as well. It's not the one, is it? It's not the one. Like, I look at it and I just think, wow, you know. Yeah, I mean, Man City's a weird case. They've signed Antoine Semenyo. They're on the verge of signing Mark Gay as well.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they've had a few injuries themselves, so obviously they've just reverted to the transfer window and said, "Listen, it's time to buy." You know?
Go back to Daddy's purse. Yeah.
Daddy's purse, right?
Yeah.
Man City. Where are you with them at the moment? Halfway point through the season. Where are we at?
I think Man City. I think they're at a crossroads where I think they need a spark. They need something new, something fresh. Another goal threat, but also outlet as well to sort of alleviate the pressure on Haaland. So I think Semenyo, I think he does a lot for them. I think just physically, he's a lot more direct. He's quick. He's strong. Insane ball striking. I think in the Man City side, I think he'll put up numbers, and I think City desperately needed something new. And obviously, with their defenders are dropping up flies, I think Mark Gay, you know, to come in as like a backup, he'll be up for it. You know, top class professional as well. Yeah, they definitely needed a little bit of a refresher because they're almost running through treacle at the moment. You know, three draws in a row. Then Haaland hasn't scored in a couple of games, and it blows up because if Haaland doesn't score, nobody seems to want to score. So yeah. I think for the neutral anyway, yeah, we definitely want to see City rejuvenated and ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, I did think to myself, Semenyo, like to see Semenyo move on to another club, that's not a problem at all. And I just thought to City, why? You know, you just think they've got the Dokus, they've got the you know, they've got Marmoush, they've got Cherki, they've got players, you know what I mean? They've got
I can't forget about even Savinho, they've still got
Savinho, of course, yes. Savinho, you know, who, by the way, Girona, I think are struggling relegation, I think.
Oh, without him, yeah?
From what I recall.
He took them to the Champions League when he was there. You know? Crazy.
And I'm sure, you know, look, Grealish is on loan to Everton, you know, like you just think to yourself, like Semenyo is signing for City, that's Grealish's career done at City. He needs to find a new club. He needs to get a permanent transfer. But yeah,
just retire, you know, just packing it in.
Retire.
I think that's a bit strong, but it strikes me. Like in a David Bentley kind of way, where it's like, you know
Yeah,
what, I've done,
yeah.
I've had my fun, I've made my money, I'm just gonna live life
It'd
now.
be a sad career if that's the case. As in, it was a very good one, but it was a sad one at the same
Oh
time.
yeah, but here's the thing. Yeah, I mean, you say, oh, it's a sad career, but you say, mate, when you don't feel sorry for me, yeah, I've played in the Premier League, I've captained Aston Villa, I've played in the Champions League, I've played in the World Cup for England, I've won what is it,
The
3 league
treble.
titles?
He won the treble.
He won the treble winner.
He's the
So
treble winner.
yeah, we'll
Scored
say,
10.
mate, look, yeah.
Yeah, go on. You were saying sorry.
I don't know, I was just gonna say, we'll say, mate, like, I'm a made man. I've done my thing. Everything I wanted to do before I started my career, I've done it.
That's the thing with life, isn't it? And character and human beings. Like when you've won it all, what is the real motivation to go again? And that's why I when I start to know, like this is where the goat conversations come in.
Yeah, yeah,
Because you're Sir Alex, like what made him get up again in August and go again?
it's long, bro.
Whether it's the same message, new message. What made Michael Jordan go again? What made Michael Jackson go hit after hit? What
After
makes
him,
Mayweather go again? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. Like, 50 Cent is somebody who I definitely admire in terms of his ambition and work ethic. But even after the second album, even he got tired. You know, there was not the same. There wasn't, Get Rich and the Massacre. Nothing was the same after that.
yeah, yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah. You're right.
people like
Actually,
Drake,
you're right.
Drake is somebody who you could say is such a phenomenon in this music industry because there's like in Drake's like 10 album career, there's like
Mhm.
3 different Drakes, and there's a
Yeah,
slot for everybody. Because I've got my favorite Drake, which is like, if nothing was this. Sorry, if you're reading this is too late. That if you're reading this is too late /
okay.
more life views. That's my era of Drake. The rest I
Mm.
can. It is what it is. I don't mind. Nothing was the same. Don't mind that because there's some bangers on there.
I
But
like, yeah. Conversely, I like soft Drake. I
well,
like
there you go. Yeah.
what's that Black and Gold album? I'm going
The
mad.
Take Care.
Take it. How can I forget? Take it. Yeah,
You know what
take
I'm saying?
care.
So like, there's Take Care. There's So Far Gone. You know what I mean? And then you
Oh
know,
yeah, so far gone.
and
Yeah, the
then
red and white one.
there's a lot of people here that will love the Honestly Never Mind, Certified Lover Boy.
Oh
Whatever
yeah,
this
yeah.
iteration is, the stuff with Party Next Door, like there's different types. So for him to keep going again, he kind of tweaks it and goes again, and you think, wow, like how have they got the? That's why I start to just rate people on a different scale
Go.
because most of us are the Jack Grealish of this world. Once
Yeah,
we've
yeah, yeah.
accomplished it, can I be asked to get up again at 8, for 7 a.m. to go to work or whatever time it is you wake up to get on that train, that busy train? I go on the train, guys. You know it, innit? Yeah, we get on the train, right? We hit that Elizabeth line, and you go through central London, and you just say to yourself, "How do we do this rat race
Is it
again?
worth it?
Again?" I'm going through packed stations. You know what I mean? Liverpool Street, King's Cross, rare. Like you just think to yourself, "Come on, do me a favor." You know what I mean? Do me a favor. Like let me
And then do it all against the next day. Less than 24 hours after
bro,
you were last
like,
at that stadium.
I've come home from
Crazy.
work today. I'm knackered.
Bro.
It's day 1 of 5. The effort I've put in today, you're not getting this effort for the rest of the week. It's
Yeah.
gonna get less and less. If I started on like 98%, tomorrow will be 95. By Friday, it will be 75. Do you know what I'm saying? 65. So it's that thing of people that can get up and go again.
Yeah, man. Michael Phelps,
Helps.
they're elite level athletes. They're built from a different cloth. Where
How many gold medals? How many medals has he got? I've read some
was it like
nasty stat.
18? Like 18 or something
Let's have a
ridiculous.
look. Michael Phelps. Yeah, I want to know what medals. That's the second word that comes up.
Oh
28
my,
medals, bro. He's got
23 of
28
which were
medals,
gold. 23 gold.
23 of which are gold.
Wow.
No, he's not human, bro.
Oh my word.
He's not
What?
human.
Lord have
When
mercy.
God said, "Let us make man in our own image," blood. This was not a rehearsal, bro. This was not a rehearsal. What? Be fruitful and multiply. This guy was
A
talking
big bloke
serious,
as well, 6'4", you know.
mate. He was eating like 12,000 calories a day, bro. The guy was just burning. He's just
Machine. Yeah, because swimming burns a lot.
burning.
Yeah.
To swim like Phelps.
Crazy. What? And he's done it for how many Olympics? Let's just say 5 Olympics back to back to back. With some people, they train their whole life, their pinnacle. They don't give you one Olympic, one or half Olympics.
Give you
2,
one.
you're pushing it. Oh yeah, man, it's crazy.
Nah, I rate the goats, man. I rate the goats. Shout out to Baraka who says, embarrassing for Crystal Palace. Yes, Crystal Palace. I mean, this has got to be the biggest. Or let's start with this: the worst FA Cup defense in FA Cup history.
Yeah, you can't get much worse. Winning it 1 year and they get knocked out by non-league side the next.
Third round, yeah.
Yeah, you can't get much worse than that, I'm afraid.
I mean, this team, Macclesfield Town, are, correct me if I'm wrong, are they like the Vanarama North?
Yeah. Oh, really?
Bro, they're like
not even made. No, you're joking. They're not made Vanarama.
They're not making Vanarama. I read somewhere there's 116 places or something like that separates these two teams. Crystal Palace.
Good grief. I don't understand the gravity of that. Whoa. Vanarama North.
Yeah. I think so. Macclesfield Town. Oh, Macclesfield Town.
Once you search that up, credit to them because obviously I think they sort of suffered their own tragedy with the young striker Ethan McLeod.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, obviously passed. I think he was leaving the game actually. Really sad. Young, 21. I think he was out of the Wolves academy. I think. So and it almost felt like his hand was sort of covering over them, and they were playing for him. So
yeah,
I think the football story in that sense.
It's yeah, for sure. This is the start sentence in the Guardian, right? The start. Macclesfield pulled off FA Cup's greatest shock by knocking out holders Crystal Palace. By almost every metric, it will go down as the biggest and most seismic FA Cup giant killing in the competition's history, with 117 places in the English football pyramid separating Palace and Macclesfield.
Yo.
Holy smokes, bruv. We talk about the 92 leagues. You know the 92 teams in the Football League? There's 117 teams that separate these two teams. Where are Palace in the league?
Let's just say 10th for argument's sake. I don't know. I haven't got a clue. But
for argument's sake, yeah? Bro, Crystal Palace are 13th.
Okay.
And 117 to that. That's where you'll find Macclesfield. Phenomenal, unbelievable scenes, mate.
Yeah, I think when teams because bearing in mind, bro, you see the FA Cup. Let's not start at the first round. There's qualifying round. So when you're waking up and when you're going from Crawley to Gateshead. Looking for a miracle. In your mind, you're hoping you're going to get a money-spinning game against the Crystal Palace, and you're gonna, and these guys are going to remember it for the rest of their lives. And I think this is the beauty of the FA Cup, and I think this is what the FA Cup is sort of meant to be: giant killing.
This is it, the magic of the cup, man. This is why we watch it. This is why we watch it, man. Go on.
I was going to say, what's that Bashi bar? He's like, FA Cup flow. We might be on the same pitch, but we ain't in the same league.
Yeah, 100%. Baraka says it's funny because like me and the missus, right? We watched. Obviously, we're not too far in it. Yeah, I'm sure you probably watched this with an eagle eye, but we watched Charlton versus Chelsea in it. Yeah, just in hope, man. Just in hope. The ones there like fighting. And when Charlton got one back to 2-1, we were bouncing, man. We were like in the back, bouncing, like, go on, Charlton. But yeah, in the end, man. In the end. You win one, you want to win it all again. That selfish ego took him far. This is regarding, I guess, Michael Phelps. And people like that. Nat says the places between the league-wise is near the same as City's charges. That's a mad thing.
Yeah, 118, wasn't it?
Yeah, man. Yeah, something like that. 150, 118, because it was 115 and then they added 3 more, didn't they? So yeah. But yeah, Crystal Palace, mate, done out here in the third round, and now Macclesfield Town will play. What did we say? Who did they say they were playing? They're at home. Sorry, yeah, Macclesfield are at home to Brentford. That's not easy.
Yeah,
That's gonna be
Prem.
tough. Another Prem game though. They'll take that.
Absolutely. That's what they want, isn't it? You know, imagine getting, like, with all the respect, imagine being Macclesfield and getting late in Orient. That's a bit that sucks. I mean, although obviously there's a chance that you can progress in the tournament, sure, but you want to be playing Prem teams, man. That's massive for them, you know.
No,
absolutely. And who knows? And off the back of this, a couple of these guys might get moves to League Two. You know, what I mean, which is from Vanarama North to League Two, seismic step.
Yeah, absolutely. Chelsea. We saw Liam Rosenior have his first game in charge against Charlton Athletic at the Valley. Felt like an old school Premier League game that from back in 2004.
Oh yeah, and it was quite packed as well.
Rammed. It was packed.
Yeah. They were like a light show.
Oh, they did all sorts. I saw flares. I saw pyro. They even had to stop the game.
What was you in there?
No, I didn't go. We tried to get. We did try to get tickets, boy. But let me tell you something. Everyone in Charlton went there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The borough of Greenwich was missing a massive.
The borough of Greenwich descended. You know what I mean? There's very empty seats, I think I saw. But yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, shout out to Matt Holland and Steve Bartlett, boy. Jason Ewell.
Matt Holland is back, yeah.
If you, I don't know if they were there, but yeah, obviously that's just.
Kevin Lisby, Mark Fish, all the man there.
Lisby, Mark Fish, Mendonca.
Do you remember their defense? Young Fish cost a fortune.
Yes, man, that's so jokes, man.
Young Fish cost a fortune.
Bro, we're old, bro. I saw Liam Rosenior and Mikel Arteta. I saw an image of them two in that FA Cup final in 2014.
For Hull, yeah.
And I'm seeing them too. I'm seeing they're both managers now, and I had to question my mortality.
Yeah.
How is that happening? Like, bro, everyone we watched, like it's one thing to see. I feel like it's one thing to see like the Gerrards and Lampards be managers, because in a way we feel like it's come for them early, and also they played throughout the 2000s. But when I'm seeing Mikel and I'm seeing Liam Rosenior, Steve Bruce, Hull City, in the FA Cup final in 2014, you're thinking to yourself, wait a minute. Like, what are we doing here? Like, this can't be the case, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fabian Hurtzler's a manager.
Hurtzler's the one that spins. Yeah, because it's like he's like Lukaku's age. It's like crazy.
Bro, he's younger than me.
Yeah, boy.
He's the manager of Brighton and of Albion. You know,
imagine that. This is his second season as well. Like, you know.
Yeah, man. Nat says, bring back the mid-2000s mid-table team, mid-prem teams. What do you know about Paolo One-Shop at Derby?
Paolo One-Shop.
What do you know about Hamilton Ricard of Middlesbrough, blood? You know what I'm saying?
You pulled that. I don't even know who that is. I don't even know who that is.
Hamilton Ricard, mate, because he was only known as Ricard, but I think Hamilton is his first name. Colombian fella.
No, never heard of him. Oh, fair play.
Chelsea winning 5-1 at the Valley. Rosenior had his first game. Obviously, it would have been like a nice little tester. You know what I mean? Because he ducked that smoke from the Man City game, didn't he? What game was it? What game was it? The Man City one?
Yeah, it was City when there was that guy. No, then I had another game after, I think.
And then I feel like they did.
Was it Fulham?
Fulham, of course it was Fulham. Yeah, of course it was Fulham.
It's his former club, actually.
And they lost. Yeah, funny enough, they lost. Chelsea. I mean, you know, their next game I think is Arsenal. Wait, we played Chelsea on Wednesday in the Carabao Cup. Yes. Yeah,
two legs.
Hopefully, I can try and get a ticket to that.
You know what? I think, you know, just in terms of that representation, things of that nature, you know, hopefully not too well because it's Chelsea, but we do hope, you know, Liam Rosenior, you know, we hope he gets back properly and he has a real good go for it, and he shows he makes a good advert for himself, you know. But this is a good opportunity for him to win silverware right off the bat.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I'd love to see him do well because, as you say, representation. Like I was watching him then, I was thinking, right, Chelsea's got a black manager. Do you know how
What,
funny
what
that
are the odds? Yeah, the irony.
you know how funny that is? Yeah, so it's yeah, I don't want him to be what's the word I'm looking for?
Super successful. You just
No,
want him
no,
to do
no,
it all
not
right.
even that. No, not even
All
that.
right. All
You know
right.
the embarrassing, because he comes across like, there's a term I'm looking for. Like he gives me that Scott Parker vibe, where it's like he comes across as if like he's a proper woke 2026 manager, data driven, rare, all this, that, and the other.
Progressive hipster.
Progressive,
Hipster.
hipster, you know what I
Hipster's the
mean?
word you're looking for.
Like
Yeah.
Canary Wolf, you know what I mean? 3 quarters,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
top,
yeah, yeah,
Canary
yeah,
Wolf,
yeah,
blah, blah, blah. I don't want him to just be a mockery. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
I want him to do a half decent job.
A caricature of what a manager
You know what I'm
should be.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want him to be that. So I hope that I hope he holds himself up, has a bit of integrity there. But you know what though? If you're a Chelsea fan, yeah, and you're looking at the real scale of it all, in terms of just like Rossini has been spoken about as a yes man, and that's already not a good start, isn't it? Like to the wider public, right? Like they've got him in, and listen, we can talk about how Benny it all is because he's come from Strasbourg. Like it's one of them ones where does Strasbourg have a say in the matter? Does he have a say in the matter? If they say that you're going to Chelsea, is that one of them ones where, listen, mate, you're moving department right now, and
Yeah,
you're
it's
going
moving department. Literally moving department.
which is a farce, by the way. Yeah. So it's that thing of yeah, you sort of just think to yourself, okay, that's obviously bent on one hand, but when you're Chelsea, you're thinking to yourself, this is really just because even his contract is till 2032, which
what is that? Yeah, go on.
like his contract ends in 2032, so that's what 4, 5, 6 year contract. He has a 6-year contract at Chelsea right now.
So that means they're backing him then, no? They believe
this is it.
I mean, it's an empty gesture. I mean, they can sack him tomorrow and just sort of pay it off, I suppose. But still, it's a statement. It's a statement, certainly. Like they could have easily have given him to the end of the season or even 18 months. But no,
they've gone for it. They've gone for the jugular. Because obviously they're treating the manager's situation as they do the players. Because Graham Potter had that contract, didn't he? I don't know what Pochettino's was. I don't know what Pochettino's one was. Maresca's contract didn't end until 29.
Wow.
So when you look at it, right, and here's the thing, it's the common thread of no manager wants to manage under this regime. At first, you're sold and said, look, Chelsea, like, the 5 sporting directors or whatever the case may be, Clear Lake, whatever they're called, right? They're the runners of the show. We're going to give you the players, you're going to play them, and you got to make sure you play them a certain amount of minutes each because we want to make profit from the player, yada, 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 yada. And at first you just say, where do I sign? Of course I will do that for you. No problem. But Pochettino got to a point where like, this is ridiculous. Tuchel got to a point, this is ridiculous. These people weren't sacked, by the way. Like these are people who had a rift and said, right, fine, if you're going to sack me, we'll leave on mutual terms because I don't want to be here anyway. Yeah. Then you've got the Enzo Maresca of it all, where Enzo, even I'm sure he was in a position just like Rossini, where I'm a nobody. I've managed in the Championship. I was Pep Guardiola's number 2, and you've given me a chance. I've gone from Leicester to Chelsea. Same way I've gone from Strasbourg to Chelsea. Yeah?
Who's saying no to that?
Who's saying no?
Yeah, realistically, as much as we talk about politics and being a yes man, and if Chelsea Football Club come knocking, especially from Strasbourg, respectfully, you're taking it.
I'll tell you something right now. If Chelsea offered me the job tomorrow, I'm calling you, I'm calling Ernest, I'm calling Oscar, and I'm calling Robinho, because you're going to be my backroom staff. And if it means we're going to be there for 3 months, guys, this will be the best 3 months of your frigging life. Free.
Comment section. Do you remember there was a black brother at Wolves with Mick McCarthy? I remembered his name now. The initials were TC. Yeah, guys in the comment section. Yeah. Oh yeah, go on.
No.
You might as well say it.
I haven't said it. I haven't spelled it out. Was you going to ask him what was his name?
Guys, do you remember this guy? Black brother,
Yeah.
Under Mick McCarthy at Wolves, I think he had a couple games in charge as well. Big him up wherever he is, man.
Oh, did I ever tell you?
TC, big him up.
TC, man. Yeah, it is. Terry Connor, mate. There it is.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. Big him up, man.
I'm local. Shout out to Rubinho in the ends.
Where's Chris Powell? I thought it was at England's last time I checked.
Bro, I tell you, I interviewed him when I was at uni, studying sports journalism. Well, after week 1, I realized I don't want to be a sports journalist. It's freaking farcical. I went to when he was the manager of Charlton. Ironically, right? I went to the Valley. It was Charlton versus Ipswich Town. Mick McCarthy's Ipswich Town. It's funny.
What are the
odds, right? It can. I asked him, I can't remember what I asked him, but I asked him about something, Chris Powell about something. And I'm sitting there thinking, here's a black journalist talking to a black manager at Charlton. I said, this is something's going on. I was like, what world am I in, man? But yeah. I think
he rated it. He would have liked to have given you like a helping hand, didn't it?
Yeah, of course. The thing is, he lost
it, man.
But he lost it there. So I can't lie. I think he was losing his. Because here's the thing in it. Obviously, I had to humble myself. There was bare journalists there. So you know, your Sky Sports, there's Daily Mail, there's all the big dogs are there asking questions, and I come in at the end, after he's probably had enough of these questions. And I'm there talking about. So I moved things on to his next fixture because they got Reading. They had Reading next. And I just spoke about that, and it was just like, we have to try and get back on the training ground. Yada yada. He gave me the time of day. I'll never forget that. Every time I see him, I think I've seen him once since, and the one time I saw him, I said to him, "Oh man, like back in 2013, you gave me an opportunity to ask you a question, but I just want to say thank you." Blah blah blah.
Did he remember? Probably not.
Of course not. He's answered a million questions.
Thousands of people since he.
Mate,
he was fit as a fiddle. If I'm not mistaken, he was playing in the Prem till like 40, maybe.
He was there, bro. This is the thing. He was strong, like an ox.
Definitely mid-30s. Yeah, man.
Strong as an ox. But yeah, the Chelsea of it all. You just think it's clearly just a money laundering scheme, man.
Just for it.
Unfortunately, Chelsea, man. There you go. That's that. Oscar's gonna have to firm it, and I think Clear Lake will definitely sell the club after the 10 years is up, isn't it? Because remember, they couldn't sell for 10 years, so no doubt.
Who put that stipulation? Was that Roman that put that in?
The government.
The government. That was such a weird time. You couldn't even buy a Chelsea mug. Couldn't even buy a calendar. In the club store. That was ridiculous, man.
Bro, do you remember Chelsea had to travel to Lille away, and they traveled by coach because they couldn't afford to they didn't have enough money to go fly.
Yeah.
It was ludicrous, man.
Yeah.
It was ludicrous.
Yeah, they've done a job on them still.
Yeah, I mean, this is the biggest screw job since Bret Hart.
They just froze the accounts. We've never seen anything like that before. I don't think we'll ever see anything like that again.
Ironically, who do you think Chelsea have got next? Who do you think Liam Rossini has got away next in the FA Cup?
Oh man, I'm sorry to spoil the moods. What's this in relation to?
No, I'm just saying we spoke about them earlier. Chelsea have just been drawn against a team in the FA Cup away from home. Who do you think it is? With the Liam Rossini of it all, Hull City indeed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm on the ball. I'm on track. I'm here. I'm away.
You're on the strike, mate. You're on the strike. But yeah, Chelsea were the 5-1 winners. Chelsea were 100% in pen. Multi-level marketing organization. It's true. A bit off topic, but what's your favorite two-man step? What's your favorite two-man step that was a purple patch? Two-man step? What do you mean?
I guess this wouldn't be an answer because it was longer than that, but I guess it means like a Harry Kane Son kind of thing where it was two players linked up well for a period, but it didn't really last long. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, that's how I perceive it.
I mean, for bias sake, nothing beats Bergkamp Hornry. There's many that challenge it for sure, but the Bergkamp Hornry of it all was something that I couldn't get my head off. I said Pookie and Canwell.
August, 2019. That was good, bro.
Those are some good times, weren't they?
A bit of Buendia in there. Oh,
remember Todd Cantwell was up there, like, you know, next move, like, could get a good gig there. What happened to him?
you know, I think he just stayed. I think he stayed at Norwich, and then he ended up in. Last time I checked, was at Rangers.
Yeah, he was at Rangers last time I saw. Who's yours, in your opinion?
What it says? You know what? It's not a great answer, but I tell you what strike duo I liked. It was Jason Roberts. This was for Wigan. It was two black. Jason Roberts and Nathan Ellington. They tore up the championship. Yeah, pace. Oh, it was good. It was pace, power. They tore up the championship, and then I think they did all right in the Prem. And I know Roberts did quite good in the Prem, and then Ellington had like pace to it. Yeah, if I was going for one, I'll go for that. Ellington Roberts.
Oscar's put out here, Oscar live from UG. Or actually, is he in UG? Or is he back in town? Gotta be Cisse and Bar.
Yeah, I think that's the obvious answer, isn't it?
Cisse and Bar, Doyle and Leroy Lita.
Yeah, niche. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going niche. Yeah. If we're going niche, yeah. If I'm not being boring, Rodiega and Zombia. You know what I'm saying? From March to May every year.
Good one.
Back up Henry. Cantwell's at Blackburn. Holy smokes. Blackburn could be coming up, though. They've been half decent every night for the last couple of years.
Speaking of Blackburn, wasn't it not Bentley and Bellamy?
Oh, do you remember Craig Bellamy was there?
Definitely Pedersen and Bellamy. I mean, definitely Pedersen and Bentley, but you got.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. I'm trying to think of some other good ones, man. Some niche. You know them ones there. Hasselbank, Viduka at Leeds.
Yeah,
that's you know what I mean. But like Owen and Fowler, or like, do you know what I mean? Like, there was some. I missed the 4-4-2 days, man.
Oh, and Solano, Laurent Robert, Solano on the right, Robert on the left.
That was nasty work, mate. That was nasty work. I mean, you got Henrik Larsson and Chris Sutton. I think that is like what we call unmatched. Like
that was unfair. That was steroids. You're not allowed that in Scotland. Get that out, man.
But yeah, Alan Smith and Viduka. I guess you're right. Yeah, it's not a purple patch because that's the point, isn't it? Purple patch is like a little stint. Yeah, okay. I'm with you. Benjani and Joe, or Benjani and Kanu even. Luan Zigic, mate.
That's a walking patch. That's a walking stick patch.
There was definitely one at Wigan. Like I think it was like DeSanto. I want to say like DeSanto and maybe Aruna Kone or something.
Kone was up top looking like Cisco. He was electric though. He had electrifying pace. He was electric.
Oh, do you know what? Gerson Alcacer at Dortmund, that was fire.
Speaking of Aruna Kone, Kenny Miller, Henri Kamara, 0304 Wolves.
Oh yes. Put it right there in the lurve. Put that right there in the lurve.
Close. I'm not going to be the first.
Who was Darren Bent's centre forward partner with at Sunderland? Was it Jean?
That's another Jean. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, there you go.
Their four strikers that year. It was Ben, Jan, Danny Welbeck and Lerd and Fraser Campbell. For four strikers for a team like Sunderland at that time. That was pretty good. I think that's like 2010. That's pretty tasty, man.
Kone and Naismith at Everton was naughty.
Did he not bang a hat trick against Chelsea one time randomly?
Oh, did he? He might.
Naismith. Yeah. I think Stephen Naismith scored a hat trick against Chelsea.
When I think of a prime purple patch partnership at Everton, I think of Leighton Baines and Seamus Coleman. Man, there was something about them two on the two fullback position, causing havoc. Right, we're going off piece. Let's talk about teams.
Cahill used to play behind.
I thought Cahill was the one that was forward, wasn't it? Arteta and Cahill.
Sure he played off someone,
or maybe Andy Johnson. I'll tell you what, Andy Johnson, Clinton Morrison, have a butchers.
Well, what Palace? But Birmingham wasn't that?
Birmingham or Palace? No, yeah, I think Palace. Not strikers, but Gravison and Carsley. Yeah.
Oh, real men.
Real men.
Grandmaster was frustrated. He must have been on something, man. He was crazy. Did you see the pictures of when he had a fight with Rubinho, the Robert Hood training? Maniac, mental.
I do. Okay. So speaking of mental, Tottenham Hotspur lose yet again at home to Aston Villa. Like everybody knew they were going to lose, right? Everyone knew. But question, bro, how long has Thomas Frank got? Real talk.
Oh, the clock is ticking. I feel unfortunately, this is a move that I backed. I thought Frank was a good coach, and I thought, like, you know what, Spurs was a tough job, but I think he showed, in his years at Brentford that he knows how to punch above his weight. But what's gone on? There's been nothing short of. I think for me, he's boring. He's negative. He's very risk averse, and I think it works if you're at a club like Brentford, wherein they're not necessarily always the underdog, but they certainly have to be a lot more pragmatic sometimes. But when you're at Spurs, where there's more of a onus on you to sort of take games by the neck, in spite of what your team, the strength of your team. Yeah, but as a Spurs fan, you must be pulling your hair out of this, honestly. And you know what? Dare I say, I'm sure the Spurs fans that are thinking, you know what? At least we had fun on the end. And he won us a cup.
Oh, do you think?
I'll be honest with you. I might, because we're losing anyway. I might be at that point. If I was a Spurs fan, I may be at that point. I'm just like, you know what? At least it was fun. You know what I mean? It's just tepid. Absolutely, yeah, man. It's disappointing because I do think he's a good coach, and I do feel like the Spurs projects was something for him to sort of get stuck into, but just hasn't worked out so far anyway.
You know what I'd watched on the weekend? And I do this every year, maybe every 3 to 4 months. I always watch a couple of press conferences that never leave my mind. And it's Jose Mourinho, Football Heritage.
Yeah.
And it's Antonio Conte, his last one for Tottenham Hotspur. And there's another one, Antonio Conte, when he's been there after 3 games. And he says, now I understand the situation. But the Southampton rant, guys, it is sensational.
Legendary.
Sensational, because he says things that are still true today. And that's the thing about those press conferences.
That's the sad part, isn't it?
It's people think, oh, this guy's mouthing off, he's ranting, he's this, that, and the other. But he says things that are still relevant today.
Yeah.
He says every day the players get an alibi, another alibi. Another alibi.
Wow.
And he says, no, you're trying to give them an alibi. He's saying, he says 20 years there has been the owner. He says, I've looked at the manager. The manager, you have always, all of you in the papers, have always tried to ruin the reputation of the manager at this club. But he said, I tried to hide the situation, but now, no. And it's the thing of like, he protected the players for however long, and then afterwards he said, now it's time
to put his hands.
Because he says it's not acceptable with this performance, with this attitude, with this spirit. It is not acceptable. He says forever you can change. Nothing will change, man. And you sit there, you think, we've had different styles, whether it's Conte and Poch, Frank, Postecoglou, Nuno. They've gone through the mill.
You know what it's like, Peter? It's like, when you've got a child, right? Trouble child. You've tried everything. I've tried shouting at you. I've tried beating you. I've tried talking to you like a dog. I've tried incentivizing you. I've sent you away. I've pumped money into you. I've sent you to your room. I've sent you to boarding school. Nothing seems to work. What would you do? What would you do at that point?
Yeah. I mean, I am amazed that even now, like Baraka says it here, like, here's the thing. On one hand, with all the managers that are being sacked, walking out, surprised that Frank is still employed. The thing is, it's not even like Tottenham have come out and said we firmly back this manager, like with all the noise going on. So watch this space is what I will say with Tottenham, because Frank might get sacked tomorrow, for all we know.
Yeah. It wouldn't be a shot.
He might get sacked. In fact, who have Spurs got this week? because that'll be intriguing to know who they have this weekend. They're at home to West Ham.
I mean, if you're looking for a game to turn things around,
London derby, two sets of fans who hate each other with a passion. Mate, if West Ham get a result,
yeah,
and they sack, that's the thing. I think Tottenham would sack him, but they can't find the replacement.
Which is what's Ledley King doing these days? I mean, just give me a job.
He's a chef at the training ground, mate. What are we talking about here, bro?
He was gangster. He used to train like once a week, and that was just to do swimming. Then he used to train in like the big kids. He had one knee. His other knee, he never had no cartilage in. Crazy.
He was training for the Paralympics, mate. I tell you what, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's outrageous. Yeah, it's outrageous. I did say to myself in 2026 I need to stop. That's lasted 12 days. But the thing is,
you did well. Support that counts, man. Support that counts.
You're such a clown. He did well.
Like 12 days is almost 2 weeks. Almost. I mean.
Oh, mate. The thing is, Thomas Frank, just get out of that hellhole, man. We like you. We actually like you as a manager. That's the thing. When I like a Tottenham manager and he goes to Tottenham, I'm always just like they're holding it back. But then, like, because Conte is somebody I adore. When I saw him walk to Tottenham, I was like, what is my life? What has it become? But week 3, he started
what are they telling these guys?
He started spitting bars. I said, I can get on board with this. If this is how we're going to do it at Spurs, I can get on board with this. I enjoyed every press conference. I enjoyed it all. Yeah, they're in big trouble, Spurs.
So what, is there any way that Thomas Frank can turn this around, or do you think it's just some of the selection, just some of the players that he confines in? Also another thing is unrelated note, but Bentancur is cursed. There's always something with that guy. I just read he's out for another 3 months. It's like bloody hell. Really? I think he's actually a decent midfielder when he's up and running, but he's never up nor running. So what's the point? Yeah, I don't know. Just for Frank, it's baffling. I mean, do you think he can turn it around?
The thing is, because I don't actually know what's going wrong with him at Spurs. So my default position is the players were never good enough. Now, I'm not saying they should be 14th in the league, but the players aren't good enough. And people try to tell me that they're a decent squad. They should be a top 4 side, top 6 side. Not too sure about that. Like, I'm having Newcastle squad over Tottenham's. I'm having Villa squad over Tottenham's. I'm having Chelsea squad over Tottenham's.
United over Tottenham.
I mean, United just. I must admit, United just.
Fair enough.
I'm clawing.
But do you know what, man? Do you know what I thought? In the same way, Emery gets Aston Villa punching way above the station. I thought the difference maker would have been Thomas Frank, because we saw the work they was doing at Brentford, where Brentford should, by all accounts, have been relegated probably 2 of the seasons that he was there, just based on sort of talent alone, and he was had them fighting for top half of the league.
Well, here's what's the problem with that is the fact that who's the Brentford manager now? I forget his name.
Oh, I mean Keith Andrews, yeah.
He's 5th in the league right now.
Which is
no Ivan Toney, no Norgard. Who else did they lose there? Wissa. They're 5th in the league, Adrian.
Oh man, like, Mbeumo,
of course, yes.
Mbeumo,
So the fact that they have, because this doesn't help Frank's case.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It's the fact that because now it looks like it's a club structural thing.
It looks like it's a very well club structural thing. Exactly. Bear in mind, this is the same Brentford. If people remember, this Brentford side used to have Ollie Watkins, Ben Rama. Yeah. 3-1, is it indeed?
Yeah, Mr. Verts. Mr.
Verts has made it 3-1 for Liverpool. They will be going through and playing Brighton and Hove at home. in the
So,
FA.
I forgot to say the Bundesliga because I think we were talking. Yeah, but so Bosley is basically in a foot race with this guy called Adam Phillips, former Liverpool academy. But then he just a back heel it, I don't know what he's playing at. And then he just gives it on a plate for Phillips, and he says, "Thank you very much."
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Anyway, as you were saying,
Yeah, no, I just think like that's Brentford have had a structure that I think is gone under the radar, and it's when Frank had left that we because they had managers that left previously. I think who was it? Dean Smith was the manager before Frank,
Dean
wasn't
Smith.
it? And Dean Smith
Yeah,
was
yeah.
brilliant at Brentford in the Championship. So you go from there where they had, like I said, they had obviously Ivan Toney, they had Saidi Ben Rama, they had Morpie, Watkins. This team knows how to replenish very, very well. We speak
Back day
about it
that
with
DJ
Brighton.
Campbell.
Oh God, yeah, my days, yeah, exactly.
And those, I think it was Martin Allen. Yeah, funny enough, I remember them for the FA Cup. Yeah, when they were doing stuff.
Yes. So when you think about a team like that, an organization who've got it structured, they've got it well done, and then Keith Andrews should never succeed at Brentford. He should not.
Never.
He should not.
Yeah, I thought it was a fluent to get sacked. I thought, what are they doing? They put in their set piece coach. I'm like, this is insanity. They sold the two best players. Huh?
Mate, a set piece coach has no work because I saw this guy week in, week out doing punditry for the SPL. Him and Chris Boyd were covering. That man, I mean, he's Scottish, surely, no?
I'm pretty sure he's Irish, Keith Andrews. Pretty sure.
Andrews?
Yeah,
Andrews.
Other butchers. Because I remember if Paul Lynch signed him at Blackburn from the MK Dons, and then I think he just fizzled out. I don't remember him after that.
Bro, I see this guy covering Celtic and Rangers, blood. But you know what? He's actually from Dublin. Yeah, he's Irish. Irish to the core. So what's he covering the SPL for?
Does he have a Scottish club?
No, never had a Scottish club. Never played for a Scottish club. I see this man coverage. Sky Sports football. You got Sky Sports Premier League. You got Sky Sports Main Event. Maybe a Sky Sports mix. This guy is on Sky Sports football for that Scottish football. That's when I said, no, this can't be right. This can't be right. Anyway, so credit to him. But yeah, Thomas Frank, man, it's a matter of when. And if I'm honest, if Frank loses his job, it won't ruin his reputation. The same way Amarin lost his job, it doesn't ruin his reputation.
Yeah, I think he sits out for a year, and then a Premier League club will. Sorry, not a year. I mean, like to the end of the season. Sorry, and then
he'll get a Premier League club. If Frank gets sacked tomorrow, he will be in a Premier League club in the summer. No doubt. Maybe West Ham when they're in the Championship. You know what I mean? Maybe West Ham.
But that's too down, though, isn't it? But
no, it's not because it's a big club. So
it's a massive club.
If you've got West Ham in the Championship, you could really make something work and bring them back up. You never know. Anyway,
no, you're right.
The other team that did go out as well was Manchester United at home to Brighton and Hove Albion. I mean, another one, inevitable, wasn't it?
You reckon?
Yeah. Man United aren't. Nah, man. Like, I saw this fixture and I said, I'm only going to watch like if I care, I'll watch 10 minutes of this. Brighton took the lead. I said, there you go. That's my cue.
I enjoyed it.
I changed. I said, listen, it's Sunday. It's Sunday. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to watch this game.
Yeah. I hear it.
You feel me? Sunday. You know what I'm saying? When you're home with the wifey and you're thinking about you're just analyzing life. You know them way there.
Yeah,
you forget before the week comes, that dreaded.
Forget the week. You got a mood board for the year. Just like targets, patterns.
It's them ones where like I look at it in it. Yeah, it's like they say in like pick your battles. I'm not going to challenge for a Man United home game on a Sunday 4:30 before my week starts. I can't. It's not what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Anyway, but yeah, Man United losing, and it seemed like I don't know the Fletcher of it all. It's just uninspiring. It's not about systems. Like Amarin mentioned this before. It's not about systems. It's about the players themselves and the character and the courage and everything else like that. To lose to Brighton is a bit mad still because it's not even like Brighton are sick this year. Do you know what I mean? Brighton are pretty average this year. They're actually quite disappointing. And I've defended Brighton for years. They're actually quite disappointing this season.
But then again, I don't blame him. And bro, I think we spoke about it in the group. But he was playing in the sixth. Well, he was playing in the base of their midfield.
Who, Brighton?
Yeah.
What, in this game or in the season?
No, this game. Former player just brought him back from Dortmund.
Pascal Gross.
Come on. It's like we sell our best players every year. Let's kick on. Let's actually start to sign serious players. We're signing toddlers, and then Pascal freaking Gross again. I'm not on it. But what would you say? Speaking of one of their sort of veterans, are you impressed by Danny Welbeck, and do you think he should be in the plane for England this summer?
Do you know what? He's the kind of player that shows you, like, football medicine, football science has come a long way. Because back in the day, players like him, Milner, who else was playing a long time that should not be playing? Because even like when you said that time about Sunderland having Danny Welbeck in the side when Fraser Campbell, Asamoah Gyan, and years ago playing, that was ages ago. Like I feel like Danny Welbeck was at Arsenal ages ago. He was at Arsenal ages ago. Never mind Sunderland, Man United. And how many goals has he got at Old Trafford since he left? I'm sure he's got more.
You go on. I don't know what you're going to say. I was going to say the same thing.
I think he's got more goals than when he was a Man United player.
Bro, he scored. There's one season he scored one goal and he tried to chip Neuer. Same season. Tell you what, he didn't try and chip Lemens on Sunday. Say that for free. What a fish.
Oh, mate. United were having a bubble bath in that game, and there you go.
The point you make on sort of sports science and the evolution of it, and I think you've got to give credit to the guy as well. Because if you remember, Welbeck was hooked at Arsenal. He was. And you remember, people often forget. He spent a year at Watford.
You forget.
Because the year he got relegated, and he was cooked, and I think he was like what 30. I mean, like 30. 30, 31 at most. And we're like, okay, he's gonna pack it up. Gone to Brighton, and wait.
Honestly, like, shout out to Danny Welbeck, born in 1990, so he the same year.
He's 36 this year.
He's 36 this year. Wow, that is incredible. That is incredible. Bro? You know what's crazy? Yeah, he's played the most amount of games at Brighton. Can you believe that? In terms of league games, let me expand this. Pause. Let me just see what's going on here because I can't believe this. So, total games he played for Manchester United, yeah? You ready for this? 142 games. Total games he played for Arsenal, 126 games. Right? So, he played more games for Man United than he did for Arsenal. Watford, as you mentioned, he did 20 games for Watford. 18 in the league, he scored 2 goals. You talk about
goal. Yeah, and it was like, it's time's up.
Back in.
Yeah.
He's played 184 games
for Brighton
and Hove Albion. The most of any of the teams, and he scored 46 goals. Wow!
I remember last season was his first ever year banging double figures in the league, and he was like 34. No, he would have been 35 when last season ended. He's 35 now. Well, we 30. Well, either way, he's deep in his 30s. You know what I mean? Deep in his 30s.
You look
34,
at it
34. I think it would have been. Yeah,
he is 13 goals away from 100 Premier League goals.
Surprising. Yeah, I didn't think it'd be that close.
Neither did I, unless I can't do maths. I'm reading here. Let's see. Yeah, so career. I want to say, career goals in the league in his career in the league from 2008. Also, he was in the 2008 squad. He has 87 Premier League goals.
Yeah. Do you remember he scored a mad goal against Stoke? I think it was. Yeah, at Old Trafford.
He scored that in the 8-2, man. In the 8-2 against us, man.
I mean, who didn't?
Yeah.
But I saw Young do finesse to Presto like twice, I think it was. I'm bloody hell.
Brother, Danny Welbeck, what a career, man. What a career, for sure. And and Man United are still in the mud, still searching for that manager. The fact that they're actually looking for an interim manager, there shouldn't be a managerial search for an interim. Does that
such a song and dance? I've never seen this before.
Like, are they actually going to listen to Ralph Rangnick's comments that this team needed heart surgery?
Open heart, triple heart bypass. Not I mean, Belsky, you know what? I heard the funniest thing today because I suppose it's my fault. You shouldn't believe everything you read on the internet. In one tweet, I've seen Ollie say he loves the club so much he'll do it for free, and in the next breath, I hear him say he'll only do it if he gets a fat bonus for making it to the Champions League. You're thinking, is it for free or not? But fair enough, isn't it? Fair enough.
You know what it is? It's them ones, isn't it? Like, it's like he left Man United, yeah, and that was a car crash of a PR stunt, right?
It was sad
because it was so sad to the point where I don't think people even want to relive Ollie again because of how bad it ended. This guy cried on MUTV.
Yeah,
yeah.
Part of me wonders why they aired it, man. It was sad. Yeah, it was a nurse.
Like, because people are thick. They think, Ollie got emotional. He's going to pull at the heartstrings. The Man United fans are going to love this. Well, we still love it.
Yeah.
But instead, what actually happened was, when you got your ear to the streets, what actually happened was, how can Man United do this to him?
I mean that 5-0 to Liverpool was dark, but yeah, but yeah.
But it was the Watford result, wasn't it? In the end, that done
so, it. The slot up at the counts back, right? Yeah.
Well, like, listen, at the end of the day, because it's like I don't know if you noticed, Ruben Amorim's defenders have come out this week. I said, wait a damn minute.
What do you mean,
brother? The amount of people that have come out on like Twitter and whatnot to say Amorim would have got a result against Brighton in the cup. We could have gone for a cup run. Sorry, you know what I'm saying?
Do you know what I say to those people? I'll say to them, yeah, I believe you. Yeah, you're right. Because he showed us how great his cup runs are when he got bounced out by Grimsby.
Yeah, man. Who are through to the fourth round of the FA Cup, by the way.
Big them up. Big them up. That's another competition I've got further than Man United in this season. Bro, revisionism is, you know what, yeah, and I'll hopefully we can leave Amorim alone after this. But it's like, on what grounds, what merit, what did he do for him to have any sort of supporters after he's gone? Because there's a part of me that understands backing your manager to the end because he's your manager, he's in your dugout. You're not going to slag off your guy when he's in the dugout, fine. But what in Amorim's 14 months did you see that'll make you revise the history for him? He won no cups.
Do you know what?
He won no cups. He played crap football. He didn't progress no youth. There was nothing he done well on any metric. Go on, Peter.
The thing is, it's because, do you know what it is? It's because the fact that Man United did the right thing for the wrong reason. And that sums them up. Yeah. Because we said it on the pod last week. Had he kept his mouth shut, had he been yes man, had he been company man, he's in a job right now.
Today.
And that's a problem. He was going to get a new contract at the end of the season. That's the problem. Well, because he lashed out and told man to do their job and say that he was the... Do you know what I hear? I've heard some rumblings around the reason behind I am a manager, not the head coach.
Yeah.
Comes from the fact that he was actually asked on this Friday to change his tactics. So he was being told what tactics to play. Now, that's a problem, AD.
I mean, it's a problem.
You can't be the head coach of a football club, of a team, and somebody upstairs is telling you need to change formation.
Even though they're right in telling them that, but it's a massive problem nonetheless. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's when he says, like, brother, I'm the manager of these players, and I have a feeling, I don't know, maybe I'm giving him too much olive branch here, but I have a feeling Amorim was lost in translation when he says, I am the manager, not the head coach. In the sense that if you're a coach, the manager will tell you what to do. But if I'm the manager, nobody tells me what to do on the pitch with these players.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
that makes sense. Yeah.
I just listen. Maybe I'm reaching. I don't know. But
no, because I thought something similar, but I thought it was more to do with sort of the transfer thing, where it's like they're telling him, right, he's probably giving them a list of guys, and they're like, no, 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 we want Semenyo, and then when they don't get Semenyo, it's like, okay, give me my guys then, and they're like, no, we're not doing anything until the summer. Then he's like, whoa, yeah, so definitely, yeah, there's definitely some clash of some sorts, isn't there?
Of some sorts, yeah. And I wonder if United's ethos and structure just had one route, one direction. This is who we are. This is what we stand for. This is what we believe our philosophy to be. Boom. And then you can start matching the puzzles from there. Start putting the pieces together. It's
What is their identity? Who are they today, 2026?
the direction of football at Man United changes every year.
Changes every 4 months, mate.
Remember, what's his name? I almost called him Rupert Murdoch. Who was the guy they had not long ago that sounds like Murdoch?
Oh, Murto.
Do you remember? Like we've had Ed Woodward, we've had Murta, and then we've had, where are we now? Barada, whatever that version is.
Ratcliffe, no?
Ratcliffe, but then Ratcliffe's the owner. I'm talking about like
those. I don't even know. So many moving parts. I don't even know who's who anymore. Okay, fair enough.
I'm talking about that middle management, if not upper, the exec team, the executive board. Like you had your Ed Woodward's direction, you had your Murta direction that seemed to have last 5 minutes. We had Dan Ashworth. We've got Wilcox. We've had, you know what I mean? It's like you just think it. You just hate yourself, like, what on earth are we doing?
Merry-go-round. That
olive branch is too much. Fair enough, Robin. You know, you're closer to the scope than I am, for sure. There are people who want Emery back at Arsenal despite how horrid he did. Yeah, since the start of this podcast, I've never said anything good about them being Manchester United fans. It's 4-1 now, apparently, at Anfield. Do we know who's got the goal for that?
Is it?
Apparently so. And then
my sky is running slow today.
It's a lag. The fact that he has more supporters than expected is proof they don't know what to do. That's the thing. Like, they definitely don't know what to do, and I'm intrigued because the fact that we are in this conversation about interim, because Fletcher's obviously not doing a good job at the moment, so he's out of the question. At least they can park that now. But then whether it's Carrick or Ollie, this is bad behavior.
Well,
yeah, John Merton. Yeah.
If I was Fletcher, I would have played my eats, man. I would have said, you know what? I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. Jack, Tyler, come on, man. Let's make history.
Get those appearance fees, mate.
But I'm on a narcissist thing. It's all about the Fletchers. That's what I don't care about you.
Yeah. United are in football purgatory, but people haven't realized. Yeah. So, you know, I'm not excited, but I am intrigued to see where they go. I'm intrigued to see where they go.
Interesting words. Intrigued why?
Because they will fail again. I want to see how. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Because, what way this time?
Because, like, United, you've done this to me so many times. What way can you do this time? Because especially because they don't have a real man in that board. Do you understand?
No, I don't understand. So who's the equivalent at another club where you're like, that's the real man that's taking it? So is it like a Roman type figure? Is it like a Michael Edwards type figure? What type of David Dean? What type of figure are you talking?
So, okay, all of the above. So,
okay.
When I look at Man City, that Tiki, is it Bergerstein, whatever his name is, right? That brother, he looks like he has a mafia member under him. Right. And if you make one slip, I will deal with you. Because when he told David Silva, it's time, I need to move you on. My man is gone. Yeah, Yaya Toure gone. We're talking about players.
You didn't even give him a birthday cake. Get out of my face.
We're talking about players that are elite, yeah?
What have you done for me lately?
When the time is time, gone, yeah? So those people who have that direction, those people that have that lead, you know, I look at, like, I'd say Mikel more so because he's got such power at Arsenal. I look at, you know, when you look at Liverpool, you do look at the Michael Edwards, the head honcho, the people that play chess at the football club. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not people that are like not football manager, the game.
Hipsters.
Not
Yeah.
football manager hipsters. You don't need that. They need men. They
Proper
need men.
guys that they've been there before, they've done it before, they've won honours, they're reputable.
We spoke at length about it yesterday. And the thing is, do you remember when Ineos joined Man United? I said, guys, watch out, because I'm watching them in Formula One. I'm watching them in Formula One. And I tell you right now, what they took in terms of Mercedes as a dynasty is on the floor.
Bro, speaking of Ineos and other arms, you see, two of their players in Nice are asking for out. They what's it? I don't know. I'm unaware of what exactly happened, but to my understanding, they got attacked, right? So similar to the Sporting Lisbon thing, they got attacked and they're like, guys, we're not safe no more. I want to leave. One of them was an ex-Chelsea, Boga, and Terra Moffi.
Oh, right.
And another Nigerian forwards. Yeah, they're like, yeah. So it just goes to show, like, just across the board, they're failing across the board. It's not just a Man United thing.
And it looks like to me, okay, Wilcox clearly isn't fit for purpose, right? Let's have it right. Let's just call a spade a spade. He's not fit for purpose.
But we should say that.
Look at it. Okay, let me Google. What's his name? Jason.
Jason. In fairness to him, and this is what the whole. You know, what's so annoying about football. You know, like when like something's just so painfully obvious. They're slapping you in the face with a cold, wet fish. Apparently, Wilcox told Amorim, when we played against Newcastle in the first half and it was quick and we were attacking and we were creating chances, when you play four at the back, could you do that again? And Amorim just lost his lid. Robert describes it, Amorim exploded in the boardroom. And it's like, come on. So is Wilcox a bad guy or is he just...
Well, let's look at this, right?
Yeah,
he joined Manchester United as technical director 19th of April 2024. Do you know who he left?
Southampton.
Yeah. What do you think of Southampton in the last 3 or 4 years?
Southampton flopped because you know what Southampton were on? Southampton were on the will raise the Man City academy. So it works in one sense because they got Lavia.
Oh, well, because Wilcox was from City, wasn't he?
From City, yeah. So he had links and whatnot. So it works, but then they were just spunking money. It was like on a Harwood Bellis. It was like on it was like a young black winger that they just different. They're probably giving City like 80 million quid wasted just because of that link. So yeah, that's what he was aware. At first, it's like, okay, this is good, this is smart, but it's like, no, you just pissed a load of money up the wall. Lavia was the only success, really. And what's the name of that black goalkeeper, the Irish one? Bonzunu?
Bazunu, yeah.
Gavin Bazunu, I think. Yeah, again, another guy that didn't start. He used to start, then he flopped. But the end of it, I think they were playing, not Fraser Forster, but Alex McCarthy by the end of it. So, boy.
Let's see. Maybe he needs more time, Wilcox, right? Because he's only been there since 24. But it was technical director. I don't even know what that means, what that job means. Then he became, when Ashworth left, he assumed responsibilities as sporting director. Okay. Again, not entirely sure what that means. Then he became the director of football, replacing Brailsford. God, Brailsford.
Brailsford, that's another distinct guys.
But that's thingy's guys, isn't it? Ratcliffe's guys, because I think Brailsford is part of Ineos.
Right.
So
much cloak and dagger. Okay,
exactly that.
So much like
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It like Man United need to go back to just having the football manager and whatever the David Gill equivalent is, right? Those two, and then that guy speaks to the head honcho, which is the Glazers, right? Or Ineos, Ratcliffe, whoever. Your Barada, because he's a CEO of the business, stick to marketing. Go get them contracts out beyond measure, because Man United know how to sell bread to a baker. They're brilliant.
Bread to a baker, ice to an Eskimo, you name it.
What does Skep say? Fence to my next door neighbor. They are the kings of it. The football, you need two people that are football heads.
It is a bit too many cooks, isn't it? It is a bit too many cooks.
It's too woke for me, man. It's just too woke, man.
You got technical this, sporting that. I thought technical was a sporting director.
Brother, there's a technical director, there's a sporting director, and a director of football. How has he had 3 different jobs there at Man United already in a year and a
More or
half?
less same guy.
Same guy, more or
Or
less.
same role, rather.
You get me? We don't have a director of football. We've got a sporting director in Berta, and you know what his job is? Recruitment.
Oh, solely.
Recruitment. Solely.
I do you know what the mandate was? We need to win the league now.
I need a centre forward. Go and get him.
I remember it was between Sesko and Gyökeres. Now it hasn't necessarily gone the way I'm sure they would have wanted, but they were like, right, 27. He scored what was it, like 59 goals, whatever it was. Today we need it.
We need it.
No, we need it now. Stop mucking. No dilly, no dally.
Brother, we signed Eze, Gyökeres. Who's the other one? Nkapie. Who else? Madueke in the same window. This guy, listen.
With Kepa and Norgard to boot.
Kepa and Norgard as change.
Yeah. That's experienced heads in the dressing room to sort of slot in as and when.
We'll talk about it at the end of the season, but if Arsenal get this league over the line and maybe another trophy, right? Because then the semi-final, there's a Champions League,
big possibility, massive possibility.
FA Cup, you know what I mean? We'll see how that goes. If Arsenal win a trophy, or if not 2, everyone's gonna look at in June 1st. You're all gonna look back and say, "Flipping hell, man!" Berta came in and said, "What is this?"
Gangster.
You can't, guys. Your first week at the job, you're telling me you're signing 5 players. Nah, man, he was having a laugh, bro. Gyökeres was flying to Singapore just to say hello. Like we were having a laugh, AD. We were having a laugh in the summer. I'm telling you that right now. Anyway,
final point on the United thing.
Yeah.
All right, if we could come up with a name, right? This is the guy that I think should be Man United manager, and why as well. Like who do you go for? Who do you think that? Based on obviously his availability.
Antonio Conte. It's as simple as that. Men.
Yeah.
A man.
A real man.
I like Eddie Howe. Don't get me wrong. I like yeah, an RN.
RN. Timberland boots, just on a 12-hour shift in a warehouse, like a truck driver. What are you talking about? Can't tell him nothing. Huh?
Brother.
On my face.
Antonio Conte is just without question. I don't want to hear about his European experiences. I don't want to hear about his FA Cup runs.
It's not about that.
It's not about that.
You never want to hear about his explosions either. No, I just want
to. Listen, you have no right to talk about his explosions. You who's Man United has no right to talk about explosions, because look at the dross you've fed up for the last 5 years. Look at the dross. I mean, just in terms of the yes men managers.
Okay,
like your Ten Hag, your Ollie's. Get the hell out of here with this.
Get out of my face, man.
Antonio
woke nonsense.
He should have an email, a fax delivered to him with the Man United contract. He should be thinking about it now. Because if you're going to go with this interim thing at the end of the season, okay, fine. Conte on June 1st must be a Manchester United manager. That's number 1. Okay,
simple. Okay.
And if
get that out of the way,
that's just for a kickoff, right? If there's one thing he's gonna do is drill those men, and he will. You know, Luke Shaw is still here today. Yeah. He's getting rid of Luke Shaw if he's not lost 20 pounds by August.
Or make him, or go running with him.
Look, Shaw's.
Did you see what he done to Lukaku?
Lean body mass.
Lean.
Listen, Shaw's got a bigger back than me. Like this guy is, you know what I mean? This is not serious behavior.
Well, United fans, let me know. Like, is Luke Shaw capable of playing left back these days? Like, can he actually physically run up and for 90 minutes?
I can't believe it, man.
18 times in a season. Never mind 50.
I can't believe it. So that's
it's a shame that before he broke his leg, he was hot, man. Hot stuff.
He definitely was.
Southampton, up and down.
For a kickoff, bruv. For a kickoff, Antonio Conte. The rest can go and deal with itself after that. Because even if you get, I'd probably sack Wilcox. In fact, if Wilcox is the one that says, "Listen, we must go and get Conte or someone of such depth,"
It's
then I'm saying,
redeeming.
"Oh,
Redeeming
okay,
policy.
you're redeeming yourself." Yeah. Oh, okay, this is where you're going. Because maybe Barada might have to step out of line and be like, "No, guys, we need to go over here." Even though it's not his job, it's not his job. But even he might say, "Listen, I've worked at City. I know how
I
it
know what
works.
it takes.
I know what it takes."
I've seen it.
I might have to.
I've seen it. I've worked with it.
This guy's in the meeting.
I've got him on my phone.
This guy's exactly. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing they got to do. That's the first thing they got to do. That's the only appointment that there is. What about you? What say you?
You see, this might even be wishful thinking, and I think maybe I'm conflating sort of fake reports to real, but I sort of saw something that saying that Luis Enrique wasn't re-signing with PSG. I mean, PSG have literally offered him a small country. They've offered him Macedonia, and he said no, he doesn't want it. So I think Luis Enrique, I think his pedigree, sort of style of football, just I think ability. I think this has to come into it. Ability to win things. He's a treble winner. He took PSG to the first ever Europe Champions League. Sometimes you just got to try and go for what's the best on the market. And I know that Man United are they're in the doldrums at the moment, and they're not necessarily at their heights, but you've got an opportunity to make a real statement. Again, as you said, a real man. A proper manager, a proper whatever you want to call him, and say, right, step one. I mean, because I think where these guys went wrong with Amorim is it wasn't a unanimous decision. I don't even know. I know. Ashworth certainly disagreed with it, but there wasn't all. Whereas you look at Luis Enrique, you look at his CV, you speak to the man. 3 yeses. Okay, we'll go. What's the ideology? How do you want to progress us? What sort of players do you want to boom, 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 boom. And we can actually start to develop this stuff, because there's no point doing it if two of you don't believe in the guy you're bringing in. But Enrique, he's of the quality, he's of the stature to get universal unanimous backing, and United to try and climb back up the table again. Well, for your sakes anyway.
The thing is, I think Enrique goes to the interview.
Oh wow!
And walks.
What do you think? So straight up breaks the camel's back. When do you think he says, "You know what? This isn't for me. Shake hands. Goodbye."
The fact that there's going to be 4 people sitting down at the interview. Because here's the thing: it's not Wilcox. Because what you said was very key about the Amorim appointment. People were not even agreeing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. People were leaving. They weren't agreeing. They weren't this, that, and the other.
Let's on the base. Anyway.
Like, the fact that I'm Enrique, I come to the interview, I see Sir Jim, I see Barada, I see Wilcox, and I see one of Jim's yes men, whoever the other one is.
Yeah.
Why am I sitting here? That's my first strike. The second strike is that there is no money at the football club.
I feel like we have to
you see
we're having this conversation every year.
Yeah, I know. You see, at PSG, he walked in there. He said, "Listen, get rid of this diva. I'm done with him. I'm done with that one.
They can't play football. Cure bags. Yeah.
But that's the other thing. He hasn't got footballers at his club, so he's walked in there and he says, "Well, who do I build this team around?"
Oh man,
do you get it? And it's only in this country do we see injuries that go on for lengths of time. You don't get that in Europe. You don't get that in Europe.
Wait, what do you mean?
What's the longest injury that's been at PSG? Do you reckon under Luis Enrique? Because reliability.
Apart from Kempembe, he was like chronically ill. I'm not too sure. Well, chronically injured, should I say?
I mean, he wasn't even playing. He doesn't even play.
Yeah. He's cooked.
He's cooked, right? But like when I think of Conte's and I think of Enrique's and I think of Mourinho's in their heyday, when I think of Klopp, when I think of Guardiola's people,
you're right. Fitness.
These men don't get injuries.
Athletes.
The
100%.
First availability is availability, as JR once said. It is
spot on.
I need 60 games a season from you.
Yeah.
And if you can't pass this test, because none of those United players will give you 60 games. Maybe Bruno Fernandes.
This year they're only going to give us 40, and even that they're not managing.
Make their own. And then, so that's the thing. I've got no money, so I can't even strengthen this thing. And it's not even like he's afraid of using youth. He uses youth, so at least he'll get that in. But I don't use youth. I don't have money. I've got 4 cooks making bone broth,
making the nastiest beef goulash you've ever seen. Unseasoned, no potato, and kind of mad, but yeah.
And then what else? And then you think he's a yes man and keep his mouth shut?
He'll walk.
If he sees
his contract on Instagram live, mucking the bar.
You think this guy he's won Champions Leagues? Yeah, plural.
Leagues, plural. He's
won the treble twice with 2 different teams.
Oh my words!
Yeah,
double treble. Come on, what are you talking about? You tell him nothing.
Not to take it dark, but this guy lost his daughter at a young age. You think he gives a monkeys about?
No. That's true, because it's like, bro, like all these trivial things. I'm here to win. I ain't got time for these subs. What are you telling me?
I think at the end of it, and because Man United have been burnt by stubbornness in terms of tactical
rigidity.
When they start asking him talk to us about your tactics and your thingy, he gets up. That's when he gets off the chair. That's when he gets off the chair. When they start asking him about his credentials on the pitch, that's what will be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
You're asking me this. Imagine you're like,
can you adapt? How good are you at adapting? I've won 2 trebles in 2 different countries.
Yeah,
adapting. I got rid of Mbappe. Adapting.
You know, London people will love this one. But imagine I'm like a top 10 head teacher in the country, right?
Yeah.
Out of the goodness of my heart, I go and I interview at Tommy Moore. And you're asking me questions about my career. Oh my God. You ain't even got interactive whiteboards in your classroom, but I'm going to have to give an account of my time to you.
When I've had 3 Ofsted inspections of outstanding.
Back to back.
No.
Sorry? My face. I'm leading seminars. I'm telling head teachers what they should be doing, and I'll come to Tommy Moore, and you're scrutinizing me. Oh my word! I can't believe it. You're going through my CV with a fine-tooth comb. Get out my face. I'm gone.
United need a man.
Real man. RN.
Yeah. Not a guy from Shoreditch.
Can't be, no.
You know what I mean? Not a guy from Dalston. Dalston today, by the way. Not a guy from 2026 Dalston.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
10 quid on a bowl of cereal. By the way, those guys went out of business, did you know?
Who?
There's some hipsters, they made like a cereal store where I kid you not, they pour like a bowl of cornflakes in your face and they charge you 7 quid. Imagine that. And people were leaving the house to go. This hipster stuff it's quite something, man.
I'm sick of the wokeness.
Bro, I saw the video. I saw the video of it, and then they were surprised they went bust. You spending 7 quid on cereal I can get for £3 for a whole 1 kilogram box. I mean, no sense.
No. AD. That is the end of that, because like you said, we can go in circles. We're here every single day,
every single week, and we get no closer to the truth.
That's the thing. Let me hear them. Let me see where United go wrong this time, because they won't get it right. So they prove me wrong. Let's see.
Please don't.
I hope they don't. But you know what I'm saying? At one point they got to get it right. You know, them was like every sacking, because every time Man United sack a manager, my heart rate goes up because I think, man, they might get it right this time.
Yeah.
You know, when they signed Mourinho, I was petrified, man. I said, oh man. Because people thought Mourinho was washed. He came back to Chelsea and won the league again. I said, nah, do you know what? This is not for the faint-hearted.
Yeah. Bro, where was he? Was he at the Formula One? Was he at the Formula One Grand Prix where he had held up 4 fingers and he's like, they know who I won. And he was talking about, was it Zlatan, Pogba, Mkhitaryan, and I think it might have been Eric Bailly, which isn't quite as intimidating, but it's like, Gangster.
Do you know how funny that is? Because I
What
think
was that?
that must have been, I think it was the Spanish Grand Prix, because it was in the summer.
Something like that. Something
It
like
was in
that.
the
Yeah.
summer. He might have even been Monaco. I remember that. I remember that. I remember that. That is the funniest thing possible. But yeah, that's the end of that, man. That's the end of that. Listen, fixtures to look at this weekend,
Yeah.
guys. Mouth-watering fixtures. Like I said, in the League Cup, we've got Chelsea versus Arsenal on Wednesday. We've got Newcastle, Manchester City is the other semi-final in the Carabao Cup. That's going to be tasty, right?
That's a good set of teams, man. It's good.
You're getting blessed in January. Then on Saturday, early kickoff, 12:30 kickoff. Yeah, you've got Manchester United versus Manchester City. This could go anyway. That's the weirdest.
Anywhere, because United could just turn it up. Bro, Fletcher could take the boys to the cliffs. We could tell them stories about Fergie. Who he could even say, look, I saw Scholes. I can't do a Scottish accent, but I saw Scholesy. You see that tree over there? One time, and you know what I mean? He can actually tell them the stories. He was actually there. Yeah, so he can really, really stress to them the importance of the game, and he can get a one-off performance easily.
By the way, Benjamin Sesko's 2 goals against Burnley, sensational finishes. Touch of the. We were talking about touches earlier. My God, and then he scored again on the weekend. So Benjamin, man, good on you, man.
See, bro, that's what happens when strikers have more than 1 shot, 2 shots a game. That's what happens.
That's it. I tell you what's another banana skin, mate. Chelsea at home to Brentford, 3:00 kickoff. This has got, you know what? This got the potential of that Asamoah Sunderland fixture when they went to Stamford Bridge and won 3-0, and it's the fact that Brentford wears stripes, red and white stripes.
Well, when Zender was dancing, Jan in the corner flag. No rhythm. That's the worst result I've ever seen.
I can see Thiago. I'm seeing him now running to the away end, scoring at Stamford Bridge.
Ego Thiago, is he good, or is it just a purple patch? Or what do you make of him?
I took him out of my fantasy team 2 weeks ago because I thought, thank you very much for your service. You've had a great run. This is where it ends. He scored 2 hat tricks, or at least 6 goals since I've taken him out. He scored 6 goals since I've taken him out. I'm tempted to bring him back in.
Oh man!
And you know my luck. I'll put him back in. He doesn't score anymore.
Yeah, he'll blank for like 3 weeks, and then when you take him out again, you start scoring. Yeah.
I'm happy to leave him out if he scores against Chelsea this weekend. I'm happy to leave him out.
Yeah. You eat either way. If he scores, he downs Chelsea, and if he don't score, but you never had him in your team anyway.
Never had him in my team, and everybody else is lacking points. But yeah, I can see Chelsea getting a draw, or I see Brentford getting a draw or a win here. I genuinely do.
Really?
I genuinely do.
But you don't see Rosinho get sort of kickstarting his sort of tenure with a real, not necessarily a statement, but just a good opening win.
It depends how the fans react to him, because when he comes out to because Chelsea fans are pissed off with everything. Do you get it? And it's not Rosinho's fault. They're not pissed off for Rosinho. They're kind of
it's
pissed
just
off.
the way it is.
And I don't even think they were fully behind Maresca, but Maresca opened a wound that they always had closed.
Yeah.
And it's gone again. And then at the same time, Rosinho, really? That's what we're bringing to the table after all this turmoil?
Yeah,
it depends how they react to him. And 9 times out of 10 in the stadium, you're more supportive and backing of the team manager, everything like that. So we'll see. But I think Brentford could get a draw here. You got Leeds, Fulham at home. You got Liverpool, Burnley. I'm sure that's
should be routine. Should be
a routine one there. A Kane could happen there. You never know. Sunderland at home to Crystal Palace. By the way, Sunderland Football Club.
Go on.
Why are they, or how are they 10th? And I say 10th behind Fulham, behind Newcastle United and Manchester United.
That is pretty surprising.
How has that happened? When did that happen?
They must draw a lot because I'll give an example. As much as we say, look, I'll give you two draws. You'll say, look, getting points against. I'll give you 3 actually. You'll say getting a point against City, Liverpool, Arsenal. It's commendable, but that's 3 points out of 9. which it sounds mad. And obviously, while what they're doing is excellent, and it's 3 excellent results.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't necessarily equate to the points. Whereas a Newcastle will be horrible, but they'll beat
Palace.
4-3.
They beat Palace at home. They beat Leeds 4-3.
Yeah, Leeds. You see what I'm saying? And it doesn't look good, and it's a last-minute goal, and they were behind spare times in the game, and it's like, oh, hang on a minute, you played worse than Sunderland, but you got a 3 points and only got 1. Because I don't think Sunderland really. Also, Peter, don't ask me how. Ask Enzo Lefebvre. Ask him.
Oh,
You ask him.
that's a second stink he's had this season. Can't remember he did something else this season, but what he did against who was
Kelleher,
it?
Brentford.
Kelleher, Brentford. Yeah,
He's got the best penalty saving keeper in the league, by the way. You know.
I'm surprised Kvin didn't throw the ball at him because he was frigging mug. Okay,
Yeah,
Spurs against West Ham, 3:00 kickoff on a real. Who's your money on?
My money's got to be on Spurs only because West Ham have been so dross. It seems like they packed it in. I mean, even you know what you know what's funny about football. You know what's something so ridiculous and it happens at the time and you just let it go, right?
Yeah.
Callum Wilson's on a pay-as-you-play deal, right? £86 a week. He's been released in January. Now, you know when we look back at this season, we'll just say that's absolute car question all over it. I should have had West Ham as a lock-in to get relegated.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous what they did there. Not to mention the Hermanson, the goalkeeper that they signed from Leicester for 20 million quid. Oh, come on. So yeah, I think West Ham are in a really, really bad way. And Peter, I was on the what's the name of the old Leicester manager, the crazy guy from Ranieri? Pearson. I was on a Nigel Pearson thing, bro. I had my head buried deep into the sand. Deep into the sand, like like a peacock, I think he said, or ostrich, whatever.
Like
whatever the bird was.
Yeah.
I thought, you know what, West Ham have got enough quality, but nah, man, like they've well and truly ballsed it up, man. Well and truly made a mess of it. Absolute pig zero of it, mate.
Do you know who I saw, speaking of West Ham, at the Arsenal-Liverpool game? In the media area, there was a lot of like football legends there, right?
Yeah.
But I saw Lucas Fabianski, and he was covering some Polish TV, and
pick him up.
You know, all footballers look like footballers, even after like 20 years of playing. There's a stature about them. Like I've seen Mark Schwarzer, I've seen. I've seen Petit's got shoulders like as wide as a Mac and iMac. Like these are people that you could just see. Oh yeah, I could tell you was a footballer. I look at Fabianski. First of all, he's shorter than me. That was a concern.
No, he's not,
brother. This guy walked past me, and I said, "You couldn't pick him out of a lineup because he looks so unfamous." It's actually
and his hair was scruffy, isn't it?
To be fair, the hair was, you know what I mean? He had a little slick, but that
was he had a little Joey Essex, yeah?
A little Joey Essex. A little Joey Essex, but that was
a little whiff. Big him up,
I just said this was their goalkeeper for years.
I mean, he kept him in the league, to be fair to him, but bloody hell.
Yeah, you're right.
He's like 5'11".
It must be.
I've never seen I just thought
I remember my most angriest moment, because Arsenal goalkeepers, they've really tested me in my life, right? And my most angriest moment with Fabianski as an Arsenal goalkeeper, 2 times, when he jumped on the line against Liverpool when Benayoun scored, you know, the 4-4. Everyone talks about Arshavin. Nobody talks about the goalkeeping Fabianski gave us that day. But he jumps in his goal.
The last minute, was it like a header?
Yeah, but there's that one. And there's another one where he jumps on the line with the ball in his hands inside the goal. I said, what the flip is going on here? Because he sort of jumped and looked and got shorter and then was in the back of the net. The other one was when he was at Porto away, right? They've given Porto a free kick.
We got shafted here, but go on.
We did.
You got shafted here, but.
Do you remember?
Yeah, go on.
Do you remember
Yeah.
it? Sol Campbell, Fabianski, Porto away. It's a Porto free kick. Why does Fabianski pick it up after the referee blows the whistle? Picks it up with his hands.
Oh.
I said that's when I said we had Wenger's blind spot.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, he picks it up, but the way you get shafted was quick blow, and then he just kicks into empty net. You remember?
Yeah, he did. Anyway, sorry, Spurs. I'm going for a draw in this one. Now, Spurs have got to win. They've got to win. They've got to win. They can't. Forest at home to Arsenal. 5:30 kickoff.
I think Arsenal will just get over the line. It won't be great. You know what? I can see a 2-0. You know, I can see like a 2-0. To be honest with you.
I think this will be a hard knuckle grind, man. Dice 4 or 5
minutes. Yeah. But you not built for it.
It's going to be a boring game.
Do you remember when Arsenal were weak?
Yeah.
Now your left backs are 6'2". You know what I mean?
Right. On Sunday, it's Wolves at home to Newcastle. Who knows? Wolves might be on a bit of a run here. 3 games unbeaten in the league.
I hope not. That's such a waste. I big up Matthias Mane though. I'm sure he's next up.
He's doing brilliantly. He's doing brilliantly. I think Wolves will get a result against Newcastle, if I'm honest.
Really?
Wolves are surviving, guys. I told you. They're now 5 points behind West Ham or Burnley, one of them.
Yeah. How many points are West Ham behind Forest?
West Ham,
they're like 4 points for safety.
I didn't realize West Ham are 7 points behind Forest. Lord have mercy. Wow. What else? Aston Villa 4:30 kickoff against Everton, and on Monday night it's Brighton at home to Bournemouth.
That's a decent game.
Guys, enjoy the football this week. It's going to be sensational, and there'll be lots to talk about. Oscar will be back next week, we think, and the podcast will resume back to normal.
No intro, no outro, mental.
You know what I'm saying? Guys, it's been fun. You lot have been tremendous. AD, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate you, bro.
Any last minute comment? Any comments we didn't manage to get through?
Apparently, Luke Shaw's bleep test must be horrendous. It's the last thing I'm saying there. Yeah, that's what can go wrong will go wrong, says Robin at Manchester United. That's what we're dealing with. Guys, we'll be back next week talking all things Premier League action. It's been a crazy weekend of football. But thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back next week.
Peace, guys. We'll be back with the full complement as well, guys, man.
The full complimentary for sure. We'll be back, guys. Peace.